Be very quiet.
Yeah, you don't want to talk too loudly. The brand page is showing. Oh goodness. Oh, what do we do? Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Happy birthday.
Hello, John. Hello, John.
Thank you. Hello. 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 Hello.
Hello.
Hello. A little impromptu, what is this, Wednesday night stream. Apparently I turned 38 today, which is it's all downhill from here. And yeah, so I thought I'd get together. A few people are going to drop in, drop out, have a little chat, see what's going on in the comments. I see that we got a few people here with us today. I see Jesus Christ is here, which is nice. I mean, I showed up for his birthday, so it seems appropriate that he show up for mine.
Certainly is.
As well as Thomas Armstrong, who's confused it's still Wednesday. I am also confused that it's still Wednesday, but here we are. We have another friend joining us. Well, if it isn't Justin D. Morgan.
Hello.
The one and only.
Yes, except no substitutes.
I'm confused. It's not your basement. Wait,
No,
how do we know it's the real Justin? How do we know it's not the real Justin?
It's the hat. The hat proves it.
That's right. The hat is 100%
right.
Yes. Well, I don't have any projects to really work on tonight that I really want to work on tonight. Maybe it's a more accurate way of phrasing that, because
Perfect.
I need to figure out the reply to an eBay seller.
Spicy eBay seller
that apparently filed a claim with the Postal Service against an item that they sold me that I reported as damaged. But they did not give me any instructions on what to do with it. And I've already
they didn't say send it back.
No, they sent me a refund like almost as soon as I put in the claim that it was arrived damaged, and they gave me some reply back. Yeah, it was probably a loose bracket from it mounting, blah 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 blah. But they didn't tell me to. I don't remember the message saying keep it. But yet I get a letter out of the blue from the Postal Service asking me.
How many days was it?
I'm looking now.
Because in my mind, if it was over 30 days, sucks to be them.
It wasn't 30 days, but I mean,
the Postal Service wants to inspect it now.
Yes. So
tell me, just tell me, got rid of it.
That's what I'm gonna do. They didn't send.
It was garbage. I threw it out.
I was not told to keep it. You sent me a refund. I threw it out.
What was it?
A zip drive that arrived broken.
Zip drive.
That cost, $20 plus shipping. They send me a
$20 zip drive. Like, just let it go, guys. Just let it go.
I'm gonna just send them a brief message that says, I just got a letter out of the blue from the post office asking for me to present it for inspection. I was not instructed to retain it and have unfortunately scrapped it.
I wouldn't say scrap it, just say you threw it out. Because if you scrapped it, means sounds like you made money off it. You know, you recycled it. You got
I threw it out.
It. Just toss it out. Say
actually,
or you wasted it.
So let me find the message.
You opened this on a stream, right?
Yeah,
I think so. I vaguely remember this.
Yeah, I did.
Show the Postal Service the VOD of the stream.
That's right.
They can inspect it that way.
But they should subscribe first.
Yes, they need to subscribe first. And
the
entire Office of Postal Inspectors needs to do that.
Everybody educate themselves.
The Postmaster General needs to be your number one fan.
That's right. Get some of that government money.
So it does appear as if what they did. So I reported it as damage.
Gareth.
So I reported it as damaged on the day I received it, which was the 23rd.
Mm-hmm.
On the 20th, and then they sent me an immediate refund. On the 26th, they sent me a message. That message did not say oh, by the way, we just filed a claim with the Postal Service. Keep the zip drive. It said, hi, just an FYI, we listed another zip drive if you still need one.
So you're going to buy a second one?
Although I have to say,
they're going to block
the worst shipping.
But...
The worst shipping anything I've ever seen was Frank when he got something delivered. Was it construction paper, Frank? Oh, he's gone.
Yeah.
I think he got something shipped between 2 sheets of construction paper.
Well, they sent it to me in a flat rate, small priority mailbox that had a layer of bubble wrap on it. Quite honestly, and I don't know if I should tell them this in the email or not. No, I'm not going to volunteer it. If they raise a stink, then I'm going to
Sure.
I'll go to the post office and no, I won't even do that. I'll just
no. It's $20. I would just be like, it's not worth having 2 emails and a discussion about it. It's not worth $20.
If you don't value your time, nobody will.
I can make $20 doing something completely unrelated for 2 minutes.
Now, I've done a lot of eBay.
$10 in gas.
I've done a lot of eBay, so you don't actually have any responsibilities here, and the seller can't do a case against you or anything. So you're in the clear already.
So everyone,
Garth, it's funny you say that about showing photos and stuff about how bad, why it was damaged. I bought, like Ryan was saying, I bought a Pentium 1 computer, or it was like an MMX or something. I really just wanted the case, not the guts. And this thing shows up wrapped in red construction paper and duct tape.
Not in a box, right?
I remember that.
Nope, not in a box.
Just construction paper.
So, and it was dented and stuff. So I'm like, I'm just boggled. I've never bought anything that came wrapped in construction paper and duct tape before. No box of any kind. So I messaged the guy and I'm like, I sent pictures and I'm like, so this is what came. I'm very confused by the packaging material. Oh, I ship all my stuff like that. And I'm like, well, I'll make a note not to buy anything from you in the future. But why would you think it's okay to ship something in construction paper?
Actually, I inadvertently lied how much I paid for it. No, that one was $40 plus shipping.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I'd be a little
still.
upset.
But it's still 40. But anyway,
What kind of zip drive was it?
A Zip 100.
If I was a seller, I would have just been like, whatever.
Yeah, but internal, external?
Internal.
SCSI? IDE?
IDE. I mean, it was broken.
Did you get one after?
I haven't reordered that zip drive.
Well, I certainly wouldn't buy it.
They had the audacity to tell me they had another one for sale and did not.
Yeah, instead of saying, hey, we'll send it to you, right? We'll send it to you as a replacement. We're sorry.
That's usually what most people would do.
Yeah.
Okay, so I found one with a bracket right now. Bidding's at $5.
It had an Apple
20-cent shipping.
It had an Apple logo on it. That was its only redeeming quality.
Did you keep the bezel with the Apple logo?
Different color.
No, the Apple logo's on the label, not the bezel.
Oh.
Did you keep the label?
No, you can't remove the label.
Sure.
I'm just going to reply back and let him know that, look, you didn't give me you sent me a refund. You did not tell me to retain the item. I threw it out.
Justin, what you should do is tell them it's located at this address and give them the address of your local e-waste facility.
Yes.
Is it one of the translucent black ones from later, from a G3?
No, it was beige.
Just beige.
The only redeeming quality was it was an exact replacement for the one that I pulled out of my beige G3 desktop that is corroded inside and
gotcha.
Ruined the disc I inserted into it thinking that, oh yeah, I'll just insert the disc and this thing's going to fire right up. No, yeah, it ruined the disc. And I hardly even got it out, although at that point it was an academic exercise.
Right.
Ryan, what kind of loot did you get for your birthday?
I got a floppy emu.
Nice.
So that's exciting. I ordered myself a pile of Gotex because why not?
Gotex are fun.
What else?
I see Amigas behind you. Those are perfect for Gotex.
Oh,
I bought 4 on the Amazon Gotex.
Yeah, I got the beige ones, so they're going to be perfect for my what's it called back there. I also may or may not have 3D printed a bracket that allows you to mount a Gotek in a SX64, but that requires a lot of work to make it work. But I might go down that route because that'd be kind of cool to load all your Commodore games from a floppy or from a jump drive instead of a floppy disk. What else did I get? My niece went to the dollar store and bought some very cool gifts for me. She got me a Batman figurine that came with like 3 special surprises. Have you? I don't know if you guys have noticed this recently, but kids' toys these days are all about surprises. Like it's like the toy, but then it also comes with like 4 special gifts, and they're all like individually wrapped, or they're like in little compartments. And you got to open it up. You feel like you're playing that Price is Right game where you're punching through the different spots to get the prizes. It's kind of like that, yeah. But a lot of kids' toys are like that now. So
my daughter loves Batman that
came
stuff.
With. Yeah, my Batman came with like a bat wing and
Sorry, one bit says, "Where's Rudy in the chat?" I don't see him. I believe we're simulcast. We are broadcasting on both Old World Tech Friday and Everything's Broken Garage. So depending on which YouTube you joined, you may not see the other people in the chat. We found that out before.
Correct.
And that's why my message appeared in the chat twice when I sent it from here. Now I understand.
Correct.
It's a little weird on how it meshes them together. Like we can see them all on our side because we're on the stream. But on the regular YouTube side, you can only see what's in that specific one. Yeah.
Right. So besides that, my mom is I'm of the age now where you don't get presents anymore. Your mom's like, "What do you need?" And so my mother is buying me blown-in insulation for my attic.
Oh, awesome!
That's an awesome gift.
Yes.
Yeah. And funnily enough, I'll actually get all the money back on my power bill because we have a grant program right now that you'll get up to $2,000 back in power bill credits for every $2,000 you spend on attic insulation. So
we could definitely use that at my house.
Yeah. Well, my house right now it was built in 1955. It has R12 in the attic. It's essentially, it might as well just have a roll of wax paper in the attic because the heat just escapes. Our power bill is quite expensive every month because electric baseboard heaters. And anyway, it's subsidized heavily by the wood stove, which does the grunt of the work, we'll say, for heating the house. So. And that's what I got for my birthday. I suspect my work got me a Starbucks gift card. Our social committee that we have at my work got me a Starbucks gift card. My other job gave me the day off, so day off with pay as my birthday gift. That's about it.
Awesome.
Oh, I think Rudy's on this side now.
The other one now. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not getting my view hours, Rudy. Give me back my view hours.
Didn't you?
He's watching both.
Didn't you buy the Color Classic as part of your birthday thing, or was that for Christmas?
Oh yeah, that was yeah. I bought myself a Color Classic as well as 4 vintage PC games. I don't know if you guys. Hey, John. I don't know if you guys saw in the couple of posts I had made, but I've got a copy of Ultima 5, Warriors of Destiny. I think is the tagline. Yeah. So that came complete in box. Really, really good shape. The discs are immaculate. So I'm quite happy with that. I did spend more than I wanted to on it. I think I spent about $65 on it, but I looked at comps. The comps are going for $200 to $300. So I feel like it was a fairly decent investment on my end. Not that I buy to flip, but as you're aware, I don't sell anything. I'm very much a hoarder. I also got a copy of NBA Lakers versus Celtics 1988 NBA championships. That was a lot of fun. I remember playing that as a kid, and I got a copy of Double Dragon, which I used to play a lot of and it's funny, I talked to a bunch of people about it because I played a lot of the arcade game, and I remember playing it on Genesis, but apparently it's absolutely terrible if you've played it on Genesis or the arcade, if you then play it on PC. But if you started on the PC, people have fond memories of the PC version and don't necessarily like the nicer colors and whatnot, music of the graphics of the Sega and of the arcade version. So I guess it's whatever you're used to. But I do remember playing the arcade and playing the Genesis version. So I'm probably going to find this a little bit of a letdown. But it's been that long since I played it. I might not. So the big thing is the multiplayer
NES
games.
Version.
Oh, okay. So it's probably comparable.
The NES version was not multiplayer for some dumb reason.
Really?
Or maybe it was the Sega Master System one that was not multiplayer. I think it was the NES one though. I can't
because the Genesis was definitely multiplayer, and the arcade was obviously multiplayer, right? And the PC one is multiplayer. One of the reasons I bought it actually is because we didn't have any multiplayer DOS games that were on for like the conventions we usually do, like when we have a convention, to have an ability for two people to sit down and play on the same computer to kind of experience that idea of multiplayer, but not really split screen, but you're looking at the same screen. I thought that'd be kind of fun. So
yeah, I
look forward to
remember
loading that on the Tandy.
The NES one did not have multiplayer. It was a
really
shocking omission.
Wild Garth appeared. Thank you, sir.
I want to chime in and say happy birthday and also break up the nice synergy of the 4 grid.
That's okay. As you can see, we're all currently in hell. So
great. Sounds about right.
There is no synergy in hell.
Yeah.
Arthur, are you currently working on a G4?
Yes. I mean, yes. I mean, sort of. I'm using parts of a G4 for something.
Check out the cool sign that.
Oh, that's nice. What if you guys change the night you're on, though?
Do your children
Christmas?
Do your children honor the sign?
Well, this is
he's currently in that room, so yes. So we had New Year's dinner there on 2 days ago, obviously, and we had the Christmas crackers. You know, the things you pull and they make a popping noise and the thing falls out of it. Well, the ones that my mother-in-law got, usually they come with like little novelty toys, like little Army Man or a bouncing ball or some sort of like foolish. The ones that my mother-in-law got were like actually useful things. So I actually got a set of screwdrivers for fixing your glasses in a little case.
Yeah. Nice.
And one of them is a Torx that actually is the same size as taking the bottom off a MacBook Pro. So nice. That's pretty convenient.
So Joe said to stock up on SSDs apparently.
Yeah. I've been doing a bit of research. He's not wrong. It's interesting because RAM prices just took a shit. So like RAM is as cheap as it's ever been. I've never seen it as cheap, this cheap actually, for like 32 gigs of RAM is like $20 something now. It's like, what?
Yeah.
For 32 gigs? That's ridiculous.
I went on and bought 10 on Amazon this afternoon after Martin posted the link of that 10-pack on Amazon. I was like, oh yeah, I'll get that. That's a good idea.
Wait, 10-pack of what?
10
SSDs.
What? NVMe's? 2.5s or NVMe's?
No, they're SATA 2.5.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
128 meg.
Oh.
Gig.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like
gig, not meg.
128 meg. Great for DOS.
Hang on, I'll post the link. Well, that's what.
Just as like where? DOS? I need DOS drives. Give me.
Oh, speaking of, Justin, have you done a Tandy 1000 TL power supply before?
No.
Well, I'm going to send it to Gut Bomb anyway, so it's his problem.
Oh, cool.
What's wrong with it? What's wrong with it?
So I figured out why I wasn't getting video because I picked up a Tandy 1000 TL and I was going to do, like a December thing with it. And then it powers on, keyboard light comes on, and all that good stuff, but you don't hear the drive seat. Like it doesn't try to boot from the drive and no video. But I don't have a CGA monitor, so I put in I tried 2 different video cards. They're both 16, but they both work for 8. So
either of them a Trident card?
No. This is a Paradise one.
There's your problem.
Yeah, you need to try.
There's your. You need to try it.
But anyway, I finally figured out
Justin?
what it was. I finally got time to open it up earlier in the week, and I was checking the voltages, and the 5 and 12 were fine on the hard drive and the floppy drive ones, but the one going to the motherboard, it had 2 +5s, 3 grounds, a -12, and a +12 going to the motherboard. All the voltages were fine until I got to the +12. It was only giving me like 7.5. So I saw that there was a adjustment on the board. So I was adjusting it while I had the multimeter hooked up, and I got it over like 11.2, and then the power supply gave out. Like, damn.
I think your power supply is dying.
Now that being said, you should be able to use the Pico ATX Jobby to replace that. Yeah.
But Gutbomb needs some things to do, and he's got time, so I'm sending him to repair.
Plenty of time. Oh, cheers.
So I'm going to send both the video cards when I do send it, because I don't know which one to use. But both. How
heavy is that machine?
Oh, it's heavy. It's heavy. It's like.
Are you going to
Are you sending the whole machine or just the power supply?
No, I'm going to put the whole thing because there's no. Well, I guess you technically could test the power supply with it not in the machine. So I guess I could do that. I didn't think of that.
I would just test it, make sure it's still failing, outside of the system. Put like a hard drive on it or something, right? See, make sure it start working or something.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't work at all now. Like it has a fan that runs off of it and everything too. Nothing. It just completely shut down.
I use car blinker light bulbs to put a load on power supplies. Because they'll work at 5 and 12 volt.
Yeah,
Adrian does that, I saw, which is pretty funny.
Yeah, that's who I stole it from.
Use orange ones?
It's definitely, Thomas, it's definitely bad.
I do use orange ones.
You're like, I got to get some orange lights because it matches.
So my Color Classic turned on after 1-bit gave me some tips of just letting it re-energize its capacitors. I left it plugged in for a day.
That'll work for a bit.
Would not turn on before that, no.
That'll work
Would
for
not turn
a bit.
on after and then it won't work.
Fixed.
It's fixed. It's fine.
Yeah.
No, I ordered. DigiKey was having trouble today with their ordering, but I ended up finally getting an order through. I ordered a full cap replacement for it and the analog board. Actually, the analog board, I just ordered the one cap that's common to go bad, which is that half height 3,300 microfarad cap on the middle of the board. That's what Bruce told me to do, so I'll blame Bruce if there's other caps that are bad.
Bruce probably knows.
Garth,
it was on his websites.
That power computing tower, it does work.
Oh, you already got it?
Yep.
Oh, nice.
I got it end of last week.
Very nice.
But it didn't power on when I first got it, so I was worried. But then I reseated everything and it came right on.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Makes sense, yeah.
But I took out the real hard drives and put it in Blue SCSI. And it works great.
Very cool.
I went down the Mystic rabbit hole today, too. It's going to cost me a lot of money.
Yeah. I've kind of resigned to not make one unless I can get a 575 board. I can just swap in and out.
Sloopy!
Hey, Sloop. But,
Happy Hatch Day.
Part of it's I don't know. It's like it's one of those things. It's like you're kind of souping up something that's better with other stuff anyway, and I don't know. But
if I find one cheap enough, I'll do it. But I'm not going to go out of my way. Like right now, there's one on eBay. It's $1,200. I'm like, who's buying that?
So I think I have a 570. I think I have a spare 575 board. So just wait on that.
Oh,
somebody sent me one.
Perfect. Okay.
Somebody mailed me one. But I had already got in the Color Classic. It was already upgraded, so I didn't need the board. It already has a 575.
Awesome. We shall discuss this off stream.
Yes, but somebody sent me one to upgrade mine, but it already had one.
Perfect.
Brian,
that's my Wallace and Gromit smile.
Working. Volkswagen van.
Define working. See, it's technically Schrodinger's van. It does move, and it does move under its own power. However, the front is only taped on with electric tape. So
that'll pass.
Do with that what you will.
Ohio.
Probably good enough.
Ryan.
Well, technically, you are the crumple zone, as the previous owner of the van found out when he hit a moose. His knees became the crumple zone.
Oh, I believe it.
Yeah.
Cubicle Nate.
Hey, keep running.
I got you a.
Hey, Nate.
I got you a birthday cake.
Nice.
Oh yeah, let's see.
Oh,
Nice.
So
is it a Swiss roll?
Yeah, I hope you like
It's a
chocolate.
Swiss roll, isn't it? I do.
I think with as many
No.
that showed
But
up
with this
today,
I definitely don't like chocolate.
Ryan, with as many people that showed up today, we should switch to Old World Tech Wednesdays instead of Fridays.
Right.
I'm just kidding.
Right. Or we'll just keep saying it's somebody's birthday.
That's right.
Yeah, just every Friday is your birthday, Ryan.
Yeah, today's my own
Yeah,
birthday.
yeah.
How many people on the other stream?
I don't know.
Says 10 in total here for me.
Oh, that's funny. I'm on the wrong one.
To the
I connected this one too.
A few people were.
I got two people on my own channel, and then
Old World
8
Tech Friday
people
shows
on
8,
old.
yes.
Okay, I spelled that one
Yeah,
wrong.
so it's 10 in
Whoops.
total. So
And then hi. Whatever.
he, HIE.
He.
So my sister-in-law got me when they found out they were pregnant. I was going to be an uncle. They got me a glass that had my niece's birthday on it with the word uncle.
Awesome.
Nice.
But the neat part about this glass, because I'm a cigar smoker, stand by.
You put out your cigar in it.
Yeah.
No,
Now you dip the cigar in it. It's supposed to be
so
cognac.
cigar
Yep.
has a little holder.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, no
that's
kidding.
hilarious.
That's
So while I'm having a drink, I can have a drink, and then I can go back to my current cigar.
That seems
I thought that was pretty cool. I don't know about you, but all the time I'm drinking scotch and smoking cigars while doing my big business meetings. I was always dropping it. I need more. I need to be able to sign stuff. I need more hands.
When do you
Yeah,
find
you
the
only
time?
have so many hands.
yeah.
When you're doing $1 million
And
deals.
if I'm counting money with this one and I'm smoking a cigar with this one, how am I drinking?
I have the
watched,
solution to that, though. It's like one of those beer hats, but with
Beer.
scotch.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I like it.
Okay, so I've got a question. I'm assuming probably most of you guys use Amazon Prime. Is it just me, or is the shipping no longer 2-day? Because everything
Well, it was never
order is
2-day where I
like
lived.
4 or 5 now for most things.
I think
I think since they let go of the extra 10,000 staff they had, the COVID staff they had picked up, everything kind of went to shit. Because
I mean,
they
the
really
thing
did
is-
need those 10,000 people.
So,
Shipping
yeah, but
is
even-
now, Amazon shipping is now, I have altered the deal. Pray I do not
Yes.
alter it further.
Alter it
Yeah,
further.
'cause, I mean, even a month and a half ago, a lot of things that would show up as 1 day, which was fine, or 2-day. But now, over the last
Yeah.
few weeks, it's still just 4,
It's like
5, 6 days
That's-
sometimes.
That's because they're cutting down on the number of delivery vans they have. So they're using the local USPS for the last mile delivery.
Well, they stopped
Also-
doing that here.
Also, Prime Video, I have altered the deal. Pray I do not alter it
Yeah.
I
further.
saw that. Yes.
Yeah.
We're having ads now.
Now,
Yeah.
I think
now you pay for
the
it,
delivery
yeah.
time. Yeah, I think the delivery time is regional because here in Boston it's still 1 or 2 day for almost everything.
Well, we have a place they put in like 15 minutes from me. Like they built a
Yeah.
giant facility.
Yeah.
Like
Like, so
There's-
for
upstairs.
Newfoundland, it was always, if it was 1 day, it was 2 day. So now it's like, if it's 2 day, it's actually 4 days to 5 days.
interesting. Well, they have.
I haven't
people
actually
here, like,
ordered
they're
anything since mid-December, so I don't know if it's actually if they're living up to their promises or not.
Here,
I
we
also
very
don't
rarely.
care.
Here they don't send the stuff in the regular mail anymore. It's either an Amazon van or literally just some random unmarked car, like an Uber Eats or something. I'm not
That's
exaggerating.
all it ever. That's all it ever is here.
Yeah.
It's either like an
You get
Uber
people
guy
with
or an
unmarked
Amazon
cars.
van.
Yes, No Amazon anything.
So
they
here
just
we
show
have
up at your house and they have packages.
So here we had Canada Post doing it, and they did such a shit job. Amazon was like, no. So they a company created a new company called Intercom, and Intercom delivers for Amazon across Canada.
Now they have a weird LS or something. It says on their vehicles they deliver all the Temu stuff. It's a little car like one of those Kia Souls, and it says LS on the side, and it delivers just Temu packages. That's all they deliver.
There's definitely not an LS in a Kia, guaranteed.
Yeah, it's very weird.
There's no big V8
Temu packages.
We have a specific car that delivers just Temu packages.
I've never bought anything from Temu. It's like the American Wish.com, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Well, it's still Chinese. It's Chinese.
Or Alibaba or whatever.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like based here, or not based, but they do their own shipping here.
It's based in China.
Yes. And let me tell you,
it's AliExpress. They have depots here, like Amazon.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Like the distribution happens here rather than in China.
What's hilarious is their packaging. Like they just throw stuff in these teeny
but only
bags.
for certain things.
Yeah. Well, they also do a lot of shipping direct from the manufacturers.
Yeah. That's how they cut their prices down, as they direct ship a lot of stuff.
But it's Temu. I'm sure you've watched the videos of like, I built a gaming PC by everything I bought off Temu, and it's like pretty shitty.
Yeah, and the other thing is that a lot of the people are complaining about the app being spyware.
Hey, Jason, thanks, buddy. Yeah, the app is definitely calling home to mainland China. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So I won't even put the app on my phone. Not that I put anything on my phone except for Solitaire.
Sloopy, I got some bad news about Solitaire, buddy.
Yeah, I know. I'm not happy about it either, because the old Solitaire game that I had that was pretty clean. They got rid of it.
I hate that. And
I thought it was funny because the developers were bitching because the reason why they got rid of it is because they were being pressured to put garbage in it, spyware and such, and they refused. And then all of a sudden it was removed from their site, from the
it disappeared. It disappeared.
The app site. Yep. And then it was removed from my phone without me saying anything.
Oh wow!
Oh, brilliant.
It was funny. We were talking about my Color Classic, and I can't remember who it was. I think it might have been One Bit, and he can chime in if it was him. Talking about how his Color Classic, when he got it, still had like tax information on it for like 2016, and he couldn't understand why anybody would do their taxes on a Mac, like a 30-year-old Mac. And I said, "It's great. It's like a legacy obsolete air gap.
Yep.
Right. Like nobody's stealing that information from you unless they come into your house and steal the computer." That's okay, Jason. I hear.
The best part is I want to see them actually working out of their taxes at little 10-inch display. Like, let me fill this out in the spreadsheet here. Great.
Well, they could blame it on a clerical error should it be audited. Be like, well, you come and do it on this little tiny screen.
Yeah. Speaking of
so what you're saying is I need to get my Osborne working and do my taxes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you want to hear a good story about security and the Mac?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Sure.
Okay. In the mid to late 90s, I worked for this company, and their primary product was Amish-built sheds and some crafts. Okay. And their credit card machine was a Mac SE30 that they'd been using since 92, 93.
Okay.
And all the credit card transactions were on it. And it had an Ethernet card, and it would print to the network printer. Well, we had an issue where we had the actual FBI come to our office because a state representative for Delaware had his credit card information stolen. And they narrowed it down to it happened on this specific day. And on that specific day, we were one of the places that he used the card. So they came in, and so the owner said he's the one who handles all the computer stuff here. So they come and start asking me questions, and I tell them that it's a Macintosh SE30. And they're like, okay, does it have network connections? I'm like, well, it's physically connected to the Ethernet, but there's no connections into it. And they look at me and they go, "There's no connections into it?" I said, "Yes. There's no way for anything to access it." And the one guy's like, "No, if it's a computer, there's a way to get into it." And I said, "No, there is not." And he goes, "Well, you're not very knowledgeable in computers, are you?" And I says, "Yes, I am." So they go and they take the SE30. And we had about 4 days we couldn't take credit cards, which was a total of about 15 sales, because we didn't get very many credit cards, because we only sold about 3 to 4 sheds a day, because you have to remember our average sale price, our average selling price is $5,000 to $12,000. So they had it for, I think, 4 days, 4 or 5 days, something like that. Yeah. So we had about 12, probably at max maybe 20 sales that we couldn't take credit cards for. And we get it back, and is someone smoking their crack pipe?
That was Ryan lighting the stove. I muted him.
Sorry. Maybe he's doing some dabs. I don't know. No judgment.
Not that
here.
kind.
Yeah. But yeah, the guy brings it back, and he goes, "I must apologize." And I'm like, "Why?" He goes, "You're right. You can't get into it." I said, "Yeah, there's no software." I said, "The only reason why it has a network is because of the printer." And that's
there is no network. There's no network stack. There doesn't exist.
There's no network stack, and Apple Share wasn't installed because it was running 751 on it. And he goes, "That is one of the most secure
happy birthday
credit card machines."
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. That was one of the most secure credit card machine setups that he goes I've ever seen, because even those small little hand ones, they can have the company call into them. And he was quite impressed. And I actually got a letter from the FBI stating that, because they did a full security sweep of the whole place once that went down. And because eventually it was found out that at the one restaurant he went to, the server that he had, she would actually drop the card off on the table where the credit card machine was. Okay. And her boyfriend, who was the cook, would come over with his phone, take a quick picture of it, and then go back into the kitchen.
Yep. Classic.
Yeah. And
so here in Canada, they passed a law a few years ago, and it's funny how, like, I go into businesses, and I guess, ignorance, I suppose, is 90% of the problem, but you're not allowed to store credit cards in Canada anymore in any sort of like non-encrypted system. Like, you can't just have a book of credit cards. Hey, Joe. You can't just have a book of credit card numbers. You can't just like store your client's credit card numbers in a Excel spreadsheet anymore. You're not allowed. Oh, it works. Awesome. But I go into some clients, like when my father passed away there last month. I went into the hey Adam, went into the funeral home, and that's what they were doing. They were just taking my mom's credit card number, writing it in a book, putting it in their drawer, and then 6-8 weeks later they'll run mom's credit card when dad's funeral is done. All right, I'm like, no, you can't do that anymore. That's not allowed. But a lot of them don't realize that that's actually like. And what's funny is it's kind of been kept quiet so that if something does happen, the realtor, like the person running the realtor, I guess, running the credit card is the one who's liable. So like if somebody steals $50,000 because it was done because they chose not to do proper, security, they are actually liable.
Yeah.
Right. Which I'm sure. I'm sure that Visa's pretty happy about, because they don't have to go to their own insurance anymore for certain security threats. I'm sure that's quite an expensive endeavor every year.
Yeah. Yeah, it was really
Happy birthday, Ryan.
Thank you, Adam.
Happy birthday, Ryan.
Go grab something to drink. Join you. Coca-Cola.
Yes, Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola.
Cola.
Oh, hey, Adam.
She asked me to dance.
Hey.
Rudy is correct. It was a very green Christmas, although we had a light dusting of snow.
The Virgin Cuba Libre.
I haven't had a chance to test those Apple II drives more. I've got to find my Disc 2 controller that I had misplaced in the house.
Oh.
And I didn't think to run the Write Protect test last night. But yes,
Justin, the two drives I had that I thought were Alps turned out to be Chinon or whatever it's called.
Oh,
Chinon.
Yeah, that's the ones I built the fake Duo disc out of. Where the Chinons, they barely fit into that shell, but they work.
What do you got, Sloopy? What's in the box? What's in the box?
They look good in that shell.
The little box.
It's almost like Apple made a Duo disc for the Apple II Plus.
I posted it on Twitter, and a guy actually said, "Will you build me one? I'll pay you." I'm like, "Oh, sure."
Yeah. Those,
Great.
Those drives you were working on, Justin, they look awesome. I'd love to have a set.
Yeah, I was going to say, those are really clean. Like, you could eat off them.
Yeah, pretty much. You'll have to get
I was very surprised.
That was like the first thing Rudy did when he saw him. He's like, hey, if you ever decide to sell those, I want them.
I just bought 2 more 5 1/4 TX, brand new in the box off eBay for $50.
Nice.
That's not bad.
Well, that's a pretty good price.
Yeah.
Brand new.
Hey, Frank.
Yes.
Am I shipping this to Adam?
It's a Raspberry Pi.
Yes.
Pie.
You don't even know what it is?
Pi.
No.
No.
Raspberry Pi 3.
Oh yeah, Frank said he was going to send me one, but I haven't got it.
Oh, festive hat.
Nice
Yay, hat. Little hats.
Festive hat.
I need to keep a little hat around here.
Wow.
Or as my wife calls them, fascinators.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
So what did everybody do today?
And the Pi case.
Yeah. Did you ever find that SE30 board too?
No, I haven't pulled anything out of storage.
Okay.
It is piled floor to ceiling.
If you could send me that Pi, though, I would really appreciate it because I've had that
I have
one
it in the
project on hold.
case.
Yeah, cool.
Well, I have it in the case here.
I had to work, and then I had to, when I got home, I had to run an Ethernet cable upstairs so that I'd be wired internet for streaming.
Nice hat, Scott Bomb.
Did you cut a hole in the floor, Justin?
I made it myself.
I used these 3M command adhesive clips.
Perfect.
So
they'll last at least
cable,
6 weeks.
Speaking of 3M, I found out that the double-sided foamy tape I had was conductive, and it destroyed a hard drive.
Oh no!
Really?
You just gotta get a long ass cable.
I want to get.
I could put a hat on my hat. There
you go. Everybody's getting hats.
I want to.
Sloopy.
Hats is where it's at.
Hey, I'm the man without
Indiana
hat.
Jones hat.
Don't have
You know how it's it's an Indiana Jones hat because it says Indiana Jones on the inside.
Oh,
that's
God. You stole his hat.
It's a real Stetson, but it's just Indiana Jones branded on the inside.
You know how he feels about his hat, too.
You know where I got
Looks
this?
like
It's
it.
from the gift shop at Disneyland when the ride opened back in the
That's nice, actually.
90s.
Oh wow!
I'll bet you it was cheaper than a real Stetson.
It was like $100.
Yeah,
Wow.
much cheaper.
I need to have it cleaned though. It's very dusty and grimy.
Yeah, a real Stetson
it's like
is
it's
200.
It's like it's been through a couple caves. Hey, Joe!
Yeah,
Joe!
Oh,
How you doing?
Joe, I
I'm
had no
glad
idea
the clock
you'd be
is
here.
reliable.
Yes, the clock works.
Well,
Yes, it is upstairs on the mantle in the living room.
Yeah.
Really? Okay,
How
that's
does
good.
how does your husband feel about that?
He's like, "You're not going to leave it there, are you?"
That's brilliant.
That's good.
Don't you think it sets the mood, the ambient,
Yeah.
the mood for the space?
Nice.
So here's the funny thing. So the design of that clock is very like late 60s, early 70s, right? It kind of has that feeling. Maybe earlier. If it had like flip digits, it'd be even earlier than that. If you've ever seen my living room, and a couple of, I don't think anybody here has. Ron
I've seen it.
Probably. You've seen it. So you know that room has a, no, you haven't. You've seen it on.
I've seen your nice radio player you have up there and everything.
Yeah. So it has a very mid-century modern feel to it. So honestly, the clock fits. It fits there. But it's probably going to go on the bedside table.
If it fits, it sits.
All right, I got to run, everyone, because you know what time it is. Adam knows. It's
time for supper.
Garth, that's what I ordered too. Same thing. That same
supper.
10-pack.
Supper
You ordered supper?
Yeah.
Joe.
Hey, check out what I'm going to work on next stream, Gutbomb.
Oh God.
Nice.
Ooh.
I can't wait to miss it.
This one is from 1970.
It doesn't have enough wood.
Oh.
I have a Heathkit
it's the-
clock
yeah.
that my dad built. It has VFD tubes in it.
Garth ordered that same 10-pack of
we wearing
SSDs on
hats?
Amazon.
Are we supposed to be wearing hats?
If you want to, yeah. Yeah. We're the men with hats.
Hats.
I'm the men without hats.
Nice hat, Joe.
Thank you.
I
Now
can't
you
wear,
can-
I can't wear a hat because I'm solar powered.
I'm including an extra goodie in Joe's box that I'm mailing tomorrow.
Ooh.
What is it? Joe, plug your ears.
Joe can see what it is when he gets it. He'll think it's stupid or funny or both. Just a tiny little item.
Rudy wants to know.
It's retro repair round.
Ah, well, Rudy can ask me privately. Hey, Joe, I'm sending you the Killy clip, the composite jack, and then I'm putting 400K drives in here.
Yes.
That I'm hoping you can look at all of them. And one of them is mounted into the correct mounting bracket for your 128.
Okay, cool. And I'll get them all fixed.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, thank
And
you.
the Killy clip you can borrow, but I do want that back at some point.
Nuh-uh. I'm stealing it, putting it in my Mac Plus.
You have to fix it first.
Hey, Joe.
Yeah. Yay!
36.
Yay!
I just signed up on Joe's Computer Museum to let me know when PowerBook's Blue Scuzzies come in.
In about 3 days, probably.
Well, I did
How
buy
bad
that
do you
broken. I brought that broken Duo 230, so I can steal the Scuzzy cable out of it. So I decided now I'm going to put a Blue Scuzzy in the 2300C.
How bad do you need one?
What?
Yeah.
Does it have Wi-Fi?
I think I know.
No,
of some
it's a
products
free Wi-Fi.
Joe needs
No, I need the
to sell.
Wi-Fi version.
It's brand new. I got it from Androda a while ago,
Eh.
and I've never used it yet.
I'm going to suggest
Drake
that Joe-
sent me a pile of his version 1s. He was like, here, put these together. I was like, okay.
I have a V1 PowerBook Blue Scuzzy in my 165C. It does the bracket doesn't fit, but the drive works fine.
I dropped it on the floor.
Yeah.
Oh, no. It's still good. It's still good.
Ryan,
5
does
seconds.
that,
Which is the good?
does that bus
Which
work, or
channel
it
is
just
the
like a
good
prop?
one to go to for chat?
What's that?
Your personal one or Old World Tech Friday?
I think
Which one
everybody's
has
the
more
Old World
people in
chat,
All World Tech.
right?
Okay.
Everybody's at World Tech, yeah. To answer your question, Adam, it does work. The front of it is currently taped on with electric tape. It will work under its own power, but it requires a questionable amount of exposed wire to get it to start. And yeah, so hey,
So
Steve.
it kind of works like my
Steve.
2CI
and
then.
Drake.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I said. We should
It's
move-
Schrodinger's bus. It both is working and dead at the same time.
We're gonna have to
Yes.
move Old World Tech Fridays to Wednesdays, apparently.
Why?
That's when
Apparently, yeah.
everybody's available.
Everybody apparently shows up. Or we got to lie about whose birthday it is.
That's right. It can be your birthday every day for the next 3 months.
To be fair,
Then
Oh,
we'll
Friday
sounds-
evening is when a lot of people are busy going out doing shopping and having fun.
Yeah,
Taking
I
exactly.
used the battery. See, now I have a.
Oh my gosh,
spot.
that's cool.
My mother-in-law got me a battery buddy for Christmas,
Hey,
and it's kind of like that. It holds all the batteries.
Adam, do you
But-
still have your battery of the month card for Radio Shack?
I do have that
Great.
card. It's in my old wallet from when I was like 17 that I still have that has Velcro on it.
Yes, battery of the month.
You see. Just so everybody knows, Jesus Christ is going to bed. So
Okay.
good night.
Hey, I bought
Have a
a
good
I
one.
bought a Sony TV locally, like just a regular Trinitron home TV, and the lady
Okay.
gave it to me with the accessory kit that she still had with the remote in it that was never used for whatever reason, and the 2-pack of Sony silver AA batteries. This is from like 1993, and I put the meter on them. They still have 1.5 volts each.
No kidding.
Now put a load on.
Aren't built like they used to be.
Yeah, I'll put a load on them and be like, oh look, I got 3 button presses and they're dead.
And the side shot out of it, goo everywhere.
Yeah, I'm not going to use them. I just probed them through the plastic. I'm just going to keep them because they're funny. What?
Oh, that's a cool
Joe's computer.
Yes,
it's
a personalized writing pad that my mother-in-law got me for Christmas.
That's nice.
Oh, nice. I thought you were going into like the personal like note business for every order. Sure. You do a handwritten note.
You don't get handwritten notes with your order?
No.
You can. You won't be able to read them, but you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Kova sends a note with each order.
Speaking of, was he in the part of Japan affected by the?
No, he's safe. I talked to him.
Oh, that's
good. He's far away from there.
I had wondered that.
I watched some crazy videos, like the people in a parking garage while the earthquake is happening, and I know those buildings are been built to like withstand an earthquake. It's terrifying to see a giant concrete parking garage dance.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Like it's terrifying.
Yeah.
And people just standing there waiting, and all the cars are shaking and jumping around, and their alarms are going off, and there's just like a family standing in a parking garage. I'm like, I'm terrified for you.
Hey, should I throw this away? Is this worth anything?
Yes, it's garbage set.
It'd probably burn fast.
Look at that beautiful clean bench.
I can put it in the wood stove.
Probably.
Look at it.
What's next on the bench, Joe?
Joe, that's a picture that you have there. That's not live feed.
Fake news.
Ask me to show you a specific number.
AI.
4.
What's in here?
All right, you win this time.
Do 1. Exactly. That's Joe.
Oh.
Next on the bench, probably
the local talk cable system.
Joe, Steve is asking that his next order have a handwritten note with a silly drawing on it.
I will retrace the frog flying frog for you.
Yeah. What?
Do you have enough chips and tubes?
Sockets.
No. You can never have enough.
What about this Macintosh System Software User's Guide?
I buy in bulk.
Ooh.
These are the wrong books for this box. I don't know why they're in here. Oh, Eric would like this. The HyperTalk Beginner's Guide.
Hey, infringement. Oh, there you go.
And the HyperCard
User's Guide. He probably has that already.
Yeah, he probably does. What's funny is these are all the wrong books for this, and I have the correct books over here. I'm going to swatch them. I'm going to switch them. Yeah. Out of the way, Grogu.
Oh my. So anyway, we're going back to somebody asked what I got for my birthday. I already said that earlier, but basically I've got a floppy emu and a Color Classic and a bunch of DOS video games. That's sort of the Coles notes. And a really cool Batman figurine for my niece.
I've been saving this.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So maybe that'll be my first tattoo. That's a nice tattoo.
It comes with all these original discs. I'm getting that 128 ready to send off to the next person. Yeah.
Who's buying it? Anybody we know, or is it just somebody looking for one?
I haven't put it up for sale yet. I'm just making it ready.
Oh, gotcha.
For when I put it somewhere.
Is that the one with the black paper on the analog board?
Yeah, it's super early.
Steve, that reminds me, the Sun Remarketing Custom System Enabler. Ryan sent me that free set of discs to try and let him know what's actually on them. So I gotta send this to you.
There's no label on here, though.
Ryan.
Yes, the other Ryan.
The other Ryan. There are only two.
I don't know.
Yeah, he sent me a
box.
copy of System
I keep the box.
608, and then
put it up on top of one of your shelves, like high up.
He wasn't exactly what was different about the custom system enabler. So he said, try it out and let him know what's actually on it.
Exactly one stack.
Can that be
will fit in there?
Can that be our code word for like when we persuade each other to buy computers.
Custom.
We're not. Yeah, we're custom system enablers.
That's right.
Ryan, I forgot to ask you about
of intervention.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead,
that.
sir.
The 1541 drive you had. Did you figure out what it cost to ship?
No, I haven't. I'm going to the post office tomorrow with a bunch of stuff, so I'll grab one of their pre-made packaged boxes, and it'll be like $25 or $30 Canadian. It's not going to be very expensive.
All right, just let me know.
So
yeah.
So that's like what, $5 US? Something like that.
Basically.
I'm hoping it either works or if I can make it work using the pieces from my other drive that doesn't work.
Well, if you want, I can clean it and test it and using a power supply that I already have for one of my other drives.
If you want.
Picking up to you. I figured it, something you want to play with if you don't know it works.
Yeah, no, if you don't want to do that, just send it to me. If it doesn't, I'll just fix it.
Exactly.
So, guys, I have a great shorthand. I have a great shorthand inside phrase that we use with each other when we're trying to remind each other not to buy something.
Okay.
Remember the polka dots.
I like that.
Yeah.
Let's polka.
But seriously, like, he's got to be selling stuff to people, so somebody out there has to be stupid enough to be buying it.
Yeah.
I think
or he wouldn't be
a lot
selling
of best offers, though. He doesn't sell it for the listed price.
Okay.
Offers on the side, and
I mean, because when I was dealing with him, he would always haggle. So.
Right.
But he didn't like the fact that he was too dumb to realize that the stand doesn't come with the monitor.
And now what do I do with all of these? I don't know. Put them in a bag. Probably.
Small Ziploc baggies.
Hey!
50 in a
bag.
Yes.
Yeah. Up, down,
I agree with Steve.
Yeah. Money laundering? What's this money laundering?
I don't know. It's like Kalao.
Oh, bro.
Hey, Ron.
Hey, Ron.
Hey, Ron.
Hey, Ron.
Ron is saying happy birthday. Oh, two messages.
Ooh.
Well, I feel fancy. Thank you, Ron.
Happy
It's been a
birthday.
fantastic. Oh, three
Happy
messages.
Birthday.
What is he like? Yeah, is he like Bill Shatner or something? Happy.
Yeah.
Birthday.
Happy. No, he's what's his name?
Money
Oh God, the mayor in Batman.
I like
Adam
money.
West.
Commissioner
The
Gordon.
mayor in Batman. Well, the mayor in Batman.
Oh, the mayor.
The actor
Adam West.
talks with Christopher Walken. Christopher Walken.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes, Christopher Walken.
Oh, Shrek. Yes.
Shrek.
Something like that. Yeah. Shrek. Yeah. Mike Myers.
This is Mike Myers. Oh, Michael Myers.
Yeah. Oh.
Hello. I like money.
Yeah,
I too like money.
that actually came through pretty clear.
I don't like money. I just like the things they can get me.
I figured out if I turn the focus off on my camera and then I can hold things.
Oh, I thought he was the mayor.
mayor.
Sorry, Ron. I was wrong. You're right. He was the he created Catwoman, didn't he? Wasn't she his secretary and he threw her out the window? He wanted Penguin to be mayor. That's it. Yes. Right.
You flush it.
Yeah.
I flaunt it.
So somebody pointed out something sad for me. We've all seen the Jim Carrey Grinch, correct?
Yes.
No, but
Okay.
No.
there are reasons
Pretend you
why
did.
I haven't seen it. And it's probably because it has everything to do with what you're about to say. So
in the Jim Carrey Grinch, he explains that like he hasn't been to the Whoville in like 25, 30 years. He gets everything he needs is brought to him up the mountain by that vacuum garbage chute. So every time one of the Whovillians throws something out, it ends up with him.
Dump
right?
it to Crumpet.
Yeah, dump it to Crumpet. So where did Max the dog come from? Somebody
That's
in Whoville
sad.
threw out a dog. And that broke my heart when I thought about that. Anyway, sorry. That's a bit of a downer, but...
It's your
All I have to say
party
is-
and you'll cry if you want to.
all I have to say is the Grinch can't
True,
be
it
all
is.
bad because he owns a dog.
Correct.
Yeah.
He also hates people and hates social interaction, which we can all kind of rally behind.
Oh my God, there's people here. What am I ever going to do? Bye.
Yeah.
What?
Steve.
Well, we're gonna go try to make a 1-bit, 2-bit redfish, bluefish.
That's right.
Comment. Give some eyes of an angel.
With your donation.
I just heard.
That's 25 cents a day.
The news today
can save vintage technology from the landfill.
In this chat group that I'm in, there's a channel that's just for like whatever random stuff you put there, memes, jokes, something you saw today, whatever. It's just whatever random thing you want to put in there, and the name of it is What I Saw on Mulberry Street Today.
Okay, I like it.
I saw the post office on Mulberry Street today. And flappers.
With your donations, Steve can build a larger local dot network. With your donations, Steve can add an extension to his house for more rapids. When the
atomic bombs, when the atomic bombs drop, and all the cellular networks are out and internet, there will still be local talk.
No, the only thing that will be left when the atomic bombs go off are Atari 800s.
and what's his name? Steve's Image Writers and lead singer of Rolling Stones.
Keith Richards.
You ever seen the shielding in those things?
Atari put a ton of shielding in their machines.
Yeah, the Atari 800. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. No, I was talking about like the STs and stuff, like the 1040s and stuff.
Like just the aluminum scrap alone in those.
Oh my
just
God.
aluminum, right? Like, there's got to be probably a pound of aluminum in each of them.
Pound.
Yeah.
Pound. Yeah.
Pound.
Okay, pounds of aluminum, plural.
Yes, that's more like it.
British pounds.
Like I get $25 to $30 Canadian minimum for an aluminum wheel at my local scrap place.
That's
so, do any of you need the green pegs for your light bright? Because if you do, I've got your hookup.
I don't need nothing.
Except for 5141 or 1541.
Yeah, I need that, and I need a Pi 3. And funny enough, the reason I want the Pi 3 is so I can emulate a 1541.
Hilarious. Can the Pico do the drive emulation, or is it not powerful enough?
I'm not sure it's powerful.
The Zero can.
Okay,
but you have to have a hat for it.
A Pico would be small enough to put inside the.
Well, I mean, the Pico is moving 10 megabits per second SCSI data, so.
Yeah, you should be able to do floppy images then.
All I know is that the best you can do with the Pi 1541 is a Pi 3, so I just wanted to do whatever the fastest thing was. And it won't work with a Pi 4.
Or a 5.
That's okay, Steve. It'll add to your New Jersey accent. You'll sound like you worked in a diner for 50 years very soon.
What do you want?
You mean you'll sound like Steve?
Exactly.
Hey, you guys. Look, I blew up with another Amiga today.
Oh, how did he make out with that after I left? I was only watched about an hour of it and I had to go to bed.
I didn't see it, but I think he made progress on it. If I remember what he said right.
I'm sure he could answer in the chat.
In the chat, we're talking about in third person. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Anyone ever heard of this brand of SD card? SP.
SP, yeah.
Oh, they're cheap. SP cards.
Mom,
yeah, they make cheap. They make cheap SD or SSDs and stuff too.
The one
now
I used,
it's a gray screen.
I used one with a cheap IDE adapter in my G3 desktop, and it worked great.
So, I don't know why I did this, but I ordered 1,800 of these. I probably only intended to order 180.
What are they?
Dyslexia strikes again.
They're 28 pin sockets.
That's unfortunate.
Can I ask how much that costs you?
Oh, you can ask.
If you got a good price on them, I may talk to you later about getting some because I
probably got the maximum price.
Joe got all of them that have ever existed.
Yeah. I may ask you about them later because I need to get some myself.
If they were 16 pin sockets, I'd buy half of them off you. But what the hell do you do with 28 pin sockets?
Cut some off.
Joe, Steve says he'll take 1,700.
All right, 15 cents a piece.
Oh, at that price? Hell, I'll take 200 of them.
Yeah.
What a bargain.
Yep. PM me or something. I'll help you out.
All right.
Come on down to Ryan's birthday stream and Random Shit Emporium.
Yeah.
We got deals.
Yes, I literally got these at the best rate possible. Well, no. I could have gone. Oh, yeah, I could have gone one step higher, but I don't think they had any stock because now, if you look at their amount in stock, it's 0.
Oops.
You bought them out. Buy them out, boys.
Joe, make sure you didn't actually back order the more that are still going to come in later.
Yeah,
I think I remember you talking about it. You said you would have gotten more, but they didn't have them.
Yeah. I don't know what this is for. What project this is for, though. I honestly don't know.
I'm not sure what died in here.
Cubicle Nate says he still needs to get an Apple IIe. Adam, do you have a pile of Apple IIes?
Yeah, I got a whole bunch.
None on battery.
There you go.
Message me on Discord if you want to make a deal.
I don't have a 2E and I don't need a 2E.
2E.
Are you eating a stick of butter, Frederick?
I have a 2C.
Delicious.
Brain food.
Real butter, because it's in Quebec, so it can't be yellow if it's margarine. So it's against the law.
What?
True story. It's against the law in Quebec, in Montreal, or Quebec. Sorry, the province of Quebec. It is a prisonable offense if you create margarine that is any shade of yellow.
Yeah,
because it cuts into the dairy butter production.
It's been like that for decades.
Sure. Yeah,
I don't think that's what Joe was questioning.
I was questioning why you were eating a stick of margarine.
Yeah,
cheese.
It's cheese.
Oh, that's disgusting.
I like cheese.
It's funny because like butter and cheese are very similar. So, but you can eat a piece of cheese, nobody bats an eyelash. But if you eat a stick of butter, people are like, "What's wrong with you?"
Hanging out with Paula Deen too long.
Oh, wrap it in bacon. It's going to be fine.
Yeah, it'll be fine. Everything's better with bacon. Everything.
Yeah.
Name one thing that's not better with bacon. Gunshot wound, bacon. Way better.
Yeah.
Divorce proceedings with bacon. Way better.
Definitely.
Flan is
just eat it quickly or she gets half. Flan?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Okay, there's no difference between good, bad, and bad flan.
About $5.
Any bit says leaky caps with bacon. I mean, at least you're not complaining about the leaky caps because you're eating bacon.
I like bacon.
Well, as long as it's bacon on the side and not like
with the caps,
bacon wrapped leaky caps, because that bacon wrapped leaky caps is not better.
No.
So I know what I.
Pigs in a blanket.
I know what I'm doing.
Pigs are Varda batteries.
The bacon is wrapped inside the caps. It's dielectric.
VCF East potluck. We need to start bringing up some of these ideas.
Yes.
So this floppy drive, a mouse tried to have a snack.
Oh wow!
Oh no!
And then he said, "Oh fuck it, I can just use it as a bathroom.
I can just shit on it."
Oh my god!
Yeah, this is going in the trash. But
yes, instead of pumpkin juice, cat juice.
Yes.
I'm saving the LED and eject buttons from it before it.
Oh come on, just a little bit of
for the wrapping material.
Little bit of Bondo, and that'll be good as new.
I'll mail it to you.
Or don't fix it, and it's a good discussion piece. It's kind of like I have a computer over there. It's an IBM Net Vista. It's called the pigeon shit computer because when I got it, it was covered in pigeon shit.
I'm salvaging the 800K drive out of the shell, and I'm ripping the feet off the bottom, and I'm taking the Apple logo off. It's just gonna
Joe.
Get
Joe, it doesn't matter how old you get. That's a lightsaber. Doesn't matter how old you are. That's a lightsaber.
Dude, they're doozer sticks.
Ooh.
The what now?
They're
Doozer sticks. They're Fraggle food.
Doozer stick.
Fraggle food. Down in Fraggle Rock.
What's a Fraggle?
You ever watched Fraggle Rock?
No, it's a bit before my time.
You deprived soul.
Well, that's right. You're like 22 or some crap. That's right. I keep forgetting I'm
No, I'm 38, but yes.
Oh, this screw like just disintegrated.
Damn children.
Oh well.
Oh, Walkers.
Huh?
Better than Christopher Walken shortbread.
That's right.
Walker, Texas shortbread.
That's got to be stale.
It's shortbread with googly eyes.
It needs
Dang,
more
I don't have
cowbell.
any googly eyes.
I got a fever, and the only cure is more cowbell.
You just fix it with putting some googly eyes on it.
I was so sad to learn that
So many.
Christopher Walken character was fictional.
Oh well.
You know which Christopher Walken character isn't fictional though? The villain he played in The Bond in 1985, because he's pretty much Elon Musk.
Oh yeah.
Like I watched that recently. I was like, oh yeah, that kind of. He's making spaceships and
That tracks.
yeah, that tracks.
Hey, look.
We're living in a
Pee-wee
bond.
Herman.
What's a Pee Wee Herman?
Get it? The snakes
All Ruby.
scene where you save the snakes from the fire.
Oh yeah.
What's a Pee Wee Herman?
Oh come on.
Oh, is he the guy who got caught
in California?
He's the guy who got caught diddling in an X-rated movie. I
Ow.
remember him now.
That is correct.
He was also the voice of something, wasn't he?
Yeah,
It's 800K drive. It has a
He got
lid on
caught.
it.
Yeah, he got caught playing with his instrument in band.
He was
Correct.
in Nightmare Before Christmas.
He was in the
Yes,
Blues
yeah, he's
Brothers.
Lock, Stock, and Barrel. Yeah,
One of them.
Blues
he
Brothers.
was. Yeah,
Yeah,
They
he was in
still
the
owe
Blues
you
Brothers.
money, fool.
I didn't realize they were who they were until he died.
Yes.
And I was like, holy crap. I didn't realize. I just
And-
assumed they were some kid actors.
No, it was he was one of them. Catherine O'Hare, who was on
And
Schitt's Creek.
and Danny Elfman.
And yes, yeah, they did
Yeah.
the three.
I was like, holy crap.
Yeah, that.
John Williams has came out of retirement. He's 90-something years old, and he decided he's going back to work.
Oh, good.
God
Oh,
bless him.
meaning Disney cut him off from his royalties. Got it.
Well,
I don't know that they
I got
have any
$700 million.
money to pay
I got to go back to
royalties
work. Oh my!
Time to make the
Anyway, is there
donuts.
anything anybody wants to show off tonight? That's stream appropriate.
No.
Oh, damn. You had to put that extra in there, didn't you?
When
Yeah.
has that ever been a rule?
Yeah, what the hell?
Yeah, Mac 84 or Steve. Yeah, I know what Fraggle Rock is. I just didn't watch it as a child. I was a Sesame Street and what's the other one? Muppets.
I watched it as a teenager.
So if you take this,
I thoroughly
board-
enjoyed Muppets. Was it Muppets Tonight? Remember they had like a Tonight Show Muppets like variety show that used to come on like Friday nights. I think it was actually part of TGIF at one point.
Yeah, it was a
You
remake
take
of the
this
original
board-
from the late 70s.
I remember.
Yeah, it was.
Take this board out
Like
of
Rizzo was the main guy. What's that?
Take this out of an external 800K Apple drive,
Mhm.
and you can use it to turn any Mac 800K drive into an Apple IIgs 800K drive.
That's handy.
Cool.
Very nice.
Justin, why do
Joe,
you
make
have,
that board.
Yes, Justin, why do you have an ancient like tricycle behind you?
You've never seen any of the Saw movies?
You don't talk about the tricycle.
Problem with making this board
that's not a
is
tricycle.
The DB19 costs like $20, so it's.
Is it like a flower pot or like a book holder or magazine holder?
It's like a little coffee table or an end table.
Cool.
Oh.
Yeah.
So when you put it at the end of the hallway, do you see two twin girls standing there? Come play with me. You know, they're
Red rum,
play with
red
us,
rum.
Damien.
Yes,
the tricycle does not go at the end of a hallway.
And when you open the French doors behind you, does blood come pouring out?
Yeah, that's weird. The blood usually gets off on the second floor.
There's a warning sticker on it that tells you not to do all of the following items, and it's just a list of horror movie scenarios.
Red rum.
Well, that's peculiar.
Actually, no, it doesn't have any warning stickers on it.
Oh.
Except this is not a real tricycle. Don't ride.
Actually, that one probably fell off. No, it's not a real tricycle. It's a bronze look-alike that's actually been brazed back together. I don't know. When my parents moved, I guess not their most recent move, but the one before it, they were downsizing, and that was like one of the things they had. And they're like, "Hey, would you like this?" And I was like, "Sure, it looks neat." So
I like that. It's neat.
I
just think they're neat.
Dwell in that cave.
I was like, I could use an end table. It looks neat. So
I need to go to transactions.
Anyway, I brought it upstairs yesterday or Monday, but I haven't had a chance to actually move things around to put it where I want it.
Ron.
It is.
Hello, Ron.
Ron.
Hi, Ron.
Hi, Ron.
From Ron's computer videos.
Hi, Ron, and hi,
I
Red.
would never have guessed.
What's the word? Happy birthday, Ryan.
The word is plagiarism.
What is the? You just let it go, Joe. I
Bird.
let it go.
Bird is the
let
word.
It go.
Bird.
Bird.
And it's not. I'm just really. It was very gratifying that everybody was excited as I was and thought it was funny. That's like the number one thing.
Got it.
Anyway, context for us.
Wait, so are the underwear actually not for sale?
You need to not know what's going on.
It doesn't matter. It's not.
Can you buy the underwear?
Yes, you can even wear the underwear and model them on Dave's stream on Sunday.
Get your order now.
Spring for that overnight shipping.
Hang on.
I know Martin had offered to do that.
Now. Let's see.
I'm sealing the mouse poo in this Ziploc bag.
Oh my god, they actually are there. That's hilarious.
I'm too sexy for my underwear.
That is
Honda virus Ziploc bag.
Yeah, the 800K floppy though is like super clean and totally intact. So hopefully it works.
Nice.
Hang on.
Do they often need to be recapped? Do they have capacitors that go bad?
These have caps, but it's very rare for them to go bad. The main thing that goes bad on these Sony drives is the eject gear will fail.
Ryan, check out the privet chat.
But there are replacements for that one gear. The gear is actually designed to fail so that it doesn't ruin the motor. And after 30, 40 years, they're just falling apart.
You know, that's amazing. I really want them now.
Me too.
Can I get that in a shower curtain? Can I get that in a?
I'm pretty sure that's where it came from. Joe has a blanket.
I have a blanket. It's about the closest you can get.
So I found what I thought was the original shower curtain when I was researching this several months ago, and I could have sworn it was a Wayfair product.
Why? Because it was so thin?
No, because I found an Internet Archive what looked to me like the same pattern, and it was a Wayfair shower curtain.
It was a
Target.
It was a Target.
Was it Target?
Target. Specific like sub. They have coordinated fashions or whatever you want to call it, so you can go in and buy like all the different things for this one room. It was one of the things.
Get A, B, C, and D, and it will all match. And you can put it in your privy, and it'll all look coordinated.
Okay, then.
That's awesome.
Hang on.
So how long has that been on the website?
About 12 hours now.
And what did the Google Analytics say?
The Google overlords were
How many
extremely
thousands
happy.
did you sell?
The Google. I have to wash my hands after touching that thing.
Only a couple to the few in our community who knows what it means.
Well, you can add
That's
one
pretty
more
funny.
to that because I just hit continue to review order.
Trina and Martin are the top 2 purchasers. Trina with 2 objects and Martin with 1.
I think I need to buy one of those shirts eventually, but I'm gonna wait and put it in my. Well, does it come from you, Joe, or is it fulfilled by somebody else?
It's fulfilled by a company called Printful. It integrates directly with my system. I can create designs, do all the stuff, and it like auto does the thing. So you place your order, goes through my website, tells Printful to go do it, and then it just ships directly to you, and they're made on demand. Which is what
so there's no advantage
to
to combining a hardware order and a T-shirt order together.
No, because actually, when you do that, you'll see 2 shipping charges.
There
One for me,
actually
one for them.
there is, because Joe goes right off camera and does like thing like Scrooge McDuck diving in the little thing of coins. So that is one advantage, but it's not direct to the consumer.
Ron, when I bought one of your T-shirts, I could have sworn I saw a little graphic with like 3 pennies getting pushed to the side. Was that your commission? Was it 3 pennies?
Yes, it was. Actually, and that's the thing. I only tell people to go out and buy stuff when it's on sale, because like I think like on those $13 T-shirt sales, I think I get like $1.
Oh.
That's the
Really?
That's a lot.
Yeah.
I use Printful. We have a higher level Printful account that we use for all of our clients, and our markups are pretty good.
Yeah,
our clients are very happy.
If you spend $29 on a T-shirt, I'll get like $6. But when I tell people to go buy them specifically because it's as low as economical as possible, then it's not so great. And I will say that there are some items that pay nothing regardless of whether they're on sale or not. Because I did some tights or like fleece kind of pants and stuff for women, and I did a couple of different patterns, and I think they're like $46. They're pretty expensive, but I think it's like 13 cents. It doesn't matter. Like you owe them money if you sell some.
So you make more money with those if you get them back after the lady wears them and put them in the vending machine in Japan.
Yes,
that's where you make the money.
That is true.
Hey Ryan, when you ship out that disk drive, would you mind just slipping that Apple II Plus behind you into the envelope with it? Will that fit?
That's the one that's got the RAM. That's the one that's got the RAM problems.
Oh, I'll take it anyway.
Ryan, I need one of those Amigas.
You know, there's no broken Apple II Plus. There's just parts for a different Apple II Plus.
Right. Can you still buy the memory, like the RAM chips, like new? Are they
4116s are not super common anymore, but I don't know if you can buy them like from Mouser or something, but you can get new old stock. It's around.
Yeah, you can find it on UT Source.
Okay.
You can also reverse engineer a 4164 to work in a 4116 socket with a little bit of finagling.
I bought a Apple III new old stock board just so I could harvest the 64K of 4116s off of it to put in an Apple II.
Is that sacrilegious?
No, it's reversible. If I ever want to use that board, I can just source another 4 banks of RAM and put it on there. They're all socketed on that board. So, and it's going into another Apple product that's actually to me more useful. So,
right,
yeah,
cool.
It's the double 4116s that are dumb. What is it? A 4.216 or something? I don't remember what it's called.
The 4132s or 4332s. Yeah, it's 4116 cores on a single chip. They share all of the lines with the exception of the RAS and CAS lines. They have 2 separate sets of RAS and CAS. So in theory, you can write both things simultaneously. I'm sorry you can't speak, nerd. I can't help that.
Fragging.
That sounds like just sounds like overhandling for no reason besides overhandling.
It was a stopgap measure. Yeah, no. Frank, so did you see the other picture in the in the store for the one product that you purchased?
No. Well,
did you look at both sides of the product?
I did. I thought that was hilarious. Because what's funny was I only saw the female one on the Discord. I didn't see the male one, and I was laughing to myself. I was like, Joe should have used one of those pairs of ones that has like the elephant trunk and put it on that. But that's hilarious. But I didn't realize there was a shirt too, so I had to go back and do it again. So I double shipped, but that's all right. Whatever.
Hey, Joe, speaking of new products for jcm-1.com, I think you need to carry some Commodore 64 products.
Okay. Sure.
I was actually browsing eBay, the place where I buy things I later regret today, and I was searching for Alps floppy drive mechanisms, and which led me to search for 1541 floppy drives, which led me to find a bunch of those like 1541 replacements that are like way overpriced on eBay. So I'm gonna send you the name of a few open source projects, and I was thinking maybe you should see if those open source projects would let you like sell them on the shop. Because I think you could do much better in pricing than these eBay sellers.
So our host has a question.
Yes.
I have a question. Can we also get a T-shirt that has a picture of a trident on it that says "I regret everything"?
This is one of those open source ones.
That sounds like a shirt I need to put in my shop when I manage to have time to install WooCommerce and then get with Joe for a little help in making sure it's secure, and then actually putting some shirts up.
I can give you an Udo instance pretty quickly if you want it, but yeah, you should totally do that.
I don't know what Udo is.
It's go Google it. It's hard to explain. It's an e-commerce platform, but it's a lot.
How do you spell it?
I mean, Udo.
Udo, yeah. ODDOO.
Yeah, we use
It's very popular in Europe. Yeah, it's very popular in non-English speaking countries. Oddly enough, but they're trying to break into the North America market. I've been using them for years.
Yeah, same.
It's very customizable. We use it as so the phone company that I help start uses it as their ticketing system, as their back end for provisioning their phones. It's like crazy what it can do.
Looks nice, but it's doesn't fit my budget.
I'm a customer. It works well.
Oh.
Hey, Joe.
I would just give it to you, but okay.
Missy says
they're like
January. You shouldn't
$25
be
a
wearing
month.
a Christmas hat.
No, it's free.
Enterprise.
It says it's free for
that's
only
gonna be
one app.
No, it's free for one instance. It's free. Trust me. It's open source.
There. It's not a hat anymore.
Now it's a mustache.
Hey,
Joe, I didn't know you were. Joe, I didn't know you were a beard.
It's a loincloth.
Anyway.
Well, the thing is,
JCM product I wanted 32 megabyte sound bank.
Yes, I want to get back to that. Yes.
Well, one of the reasons I was going to use WooCommerce is a lot of the on-demand shops can tie into WooCommerce.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, and it costs me $0. That's important.
And it costs $0.
What is it going to cost to get the JCM one into development?
Time.
How much is an hour of time for you?
What's that?
How much does an hour of your time cost?
$500.
Why?
$1 million.
Considering you've got a finite amount.
Yes.
Depends on what the activity is, right?
Yeah. No. I mean, I could be developing it right now instead of sitting here hanging out with you goofballs on the internet.
See how it becomes our problem. It becomes it's because of us.
Yeah, deflection.
Yeah.
Hey, you can use all of our community input and put your own name on it, and we'd still be okay with that.
Yes.
Beep boop.
Just saying.
I'm a computer.
I'm
a computer.
I am awesome.
What I need to do is just get it done. Because I keep saying, I want to put more cool products in my store that people really like, that are unique, that aren't in other places. Or
people want this.
Are in other places, but mine is less expensive, because why do people charge $80 for a blank PCB with no electronics on it? True story. It's actually happening. It's stupid. And I could like not do that and then just like do freaking JCM1 and get it. All I had to get done is a video controller. That's it.
Yeah. So
in an operating system.
Would it make it easier if you create a problem for yourself by doing a pre-order where we all put money on it and say, "Hey, we all want this," and then just like, "Well, damn, now I've got to do it." So that would help expedite things.
Right? You've met me. You know me, right?
Yeah.
I thought that was like called like a bounty, like a programmer's bounty.
Money doesn't work.
That's right.
So
we all want a 8-bit computer that's new. Not $1 million.
Well, we also want one that doesn't cost $700,000.
Yeah, exactly.
Looking at you, X16.
That's the problem.
Yeah. So
I just
I
can't justify spending that on something that's not worth that. If that makes sense.
The only thing, video controller has to get finished. That's the big one.
Can you steal that from something else?
Oh yeah, but I don't want to. That's been my problem the entire time. Every day.
That's the thing too. Everybody cheaps out and just uses fucking pot.
Yeah, we use a 9318 or whatever it is.
Yeah,
you know?
Right.
Like,
that's what everybody's had to do. That's what everybody's had to do.
Yeah, but it defeats the purpose. So I get it. It defeats the purpose.
And part of me, just to get it done, kind of just wants to do that because then it'll get done. That's what's been holding me up, is constant thinking. I think about that literally. I'm not kidding. This isn't me blowing smoke saying, "Well, I did it." No, I literally think about it every day. I've been thinking about it every day.
It's basically the video controller and the Roman Empire in that order. Every day for Joe.
Look, Joe, I invented a new thing. Instead of blinking 12, it blinks 1.
Wow.
Nice.
So advanced.
That is progress.
Got a fold-out tray.
But
fancy.
Right.
But yeah.
So what's the problem with the video? Where are you at with the video? Or there is no
all
video?
I've managed to do is what?
Timing issues.
Well, I can generate all of the timing to generate an NTSC video signal.
Okay.
That part's, I regret everything. There you go.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
So that's done. But all it is literally, it is a pixel pusher. I don't have a frame buffer set up. I don't have RAM set up. I don't have drawing primitives set up, like either tiling or sprites. I don't have any of that configured. And the board, you've seen it. I mean, it's gigantic.
Will there be 80 columns?
Currently, no.
Well, I mean, if you just count it, I mean, the board's 80 inches across, so you just work it out.
That is just minus some chips here that I've stolen. That's just the timing section. That's it. So now you know why an Apple II, like an original Apple II, is like 800 chips, because there are 4 chips that are a computer, and 796 of them are video generation. And it's just doing like simple it's doing literal simple pixel pinging. This is
if
like
you buy 2 of them, there's 80
colors, 256 by 240 pixels, progressive scan, all of that. So it's complex. And now you know why so many once you got into like 82, 83, that's why you ended up having the VIC-2 and the 9918 and all of those chips, where they took all of that, like he's showing you right now, everything from those big chips to the left, to the right. That's all video generation. All of it.
Damn.
With the exception of the RAM. That's all
Mine's
video
finished,
generation.
and it works.
So you can understand why they compress that all down into single chips in order to get video out, because it made the product cheap.
Wow.
That required the money of selling the ones that had all the chips to be able to.
About 30 of these chips are RAM and RAM related, to be honest, but the 2/3 of the rest is video stuff.
Yeah, it's just it's all video generation.
And these are Texas Instruments chips on the RAM, so they work, which is nice.
Yeah.
Now, will your 8-bit essentially, theoretically, you want it to be color? I'm assuming.
Yeah, I want it to be. I want it to be color graphics. My goal was 256 color graphics with no compromises.
Ooh,
meaning,
how are we going to push that with the 6502?
you push it with a custom video generator that does all the magic, and all the 6502 has to say, at this position, put this tile. All you're doing is programming the tile map, and the video state machine is just running through it, generating the stuff.
Joe also has an exclusive programming agreement with Salt and Peppa, and they've agreed to push it real good.
Push it. Yeah.
That's right.
It does work.
I'd also like to point out that I'm upset that Glenlivet is fat shaming. They fat shame on their bottle. Look at this. Look. Not allowed to be drank by fat people.
Oh, that's sad.
See that? I'm offended.
That's
that lady's
good.
drinking for two, Ryan.
It's almost as good as the floppy disk sleeves that have the thing where it says "Do not feed to alligator."
Yeah, I do like that.
Don't feed.
I have one of those discs around here somewhere.
Alligator.
Where'd I put it?
Funny.
Here's the other thing too. I keep getting back to this. Is that old style chips like the 99, the 9313, whatever the heck it is, the TMS blah,
TMS 9918A.
Yeah, 9918. Thank you, and stuff like that. They're not made anymore.
Oh, here it is.
So you're finding new old stuff. If I have a product that I want to be evergreen, I need to use chips that you can get.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're stuck with either doing that or going FPGA, and then it's like super expensive.
Yeah.
This is the Beagle Brothers disc sleeve. Like,
I
do
know,
not
I love
stomp,
it.
do not set on fire, do not cut in half, do not feed to alligator, do not put in
Don't put it in the
toaster.
toaster.
Yeah.
Do not
That's
talk.
Don't play horseshoes with it.
Do not talk
Right.
happy friend ball.
Do not use as kite. Do not use as toilet paper holder.
Excuse me.
These guys
The
are
other one,
hilarious.
someone's foot.
If you've ever seen this,
Yeah.
Beagle Brothers Indoor Sports.
Well, that's Gart's brother. He's the third Beagle brother, right?
Right.
I've met Garth's brother.
No,
He lives here.
Sus.
Those are Gart's older brothers. He's the baby.
Okay.
That's where the helicopter money came from, guys.
I think like
Yes.
a Pico could probably easily generate all that video.
Well, yeah, but that
You've
seems
done
to
it
be
already.
the easy way out for essentially all the projects that have done.
Joe, you need to clone one of these.
Yeah.
Okay, send it to me.
If you want me to throw one in the box and you can try to clone it, I sent
What
one
is
to
it?
another. This is Apple II RGB card that puts out digital RGB. This is the card that I used your universal video adapter to. It's the same video out as an Apple III.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
And then
wouldn't
I
it be
used
cool
your
to?
video.
Yeah, go ahead.
I used your video adapter that you designed for the Apple III on. Remember, I tested it on this, so it works on here
Yes.
also because it's identical output to an Apple III RGB.
Wouldn't it be neat if somebody were to redesign that using all surface mount components, which would then have room to integrate the analog part, directly tap off of it, and have both analog and digital?
Well, there are PALs on here.
Did
that
you
need to
just
be
say the
reversed.
quiet part out loud?
My favorite part is that the RAM they used was all MT RAM.
Garbage.
What's funny
Pure
is he's all
garbage.
test good. He's
Does
all
that-
test good.
Why does it need the extra RAM?
It's because it's a 64K/80 column card /RGB card for the 2E.
Oh, it goes in the aux slot?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Then- And then
Does
there's
that
a
have to be-
DV15 that hooks in here.
Yeah.
2, 3,
We like
4,
Joe.
5, 6.
Yes. Hey, look, another thing to keep me from getting the JCM-1 computer working.
Joe,
So the
I have
answer,
the
of
box
course,
here. I'm
is
shipping
we
you.
need
I'll
clone
throw
them.
one in here. I'll throw one in there. You have a 2E, right?
5,
Yeah.
All right, I'll throw one in and you play with it.
5,
And then who
I
needs
have-
the
we need-
A2VGA when you have
6.
Well, that kind of kills the idea for this, but it still would be cool to have a clone of it.
people like the.
We just got to. Speaking of clones, we just need to clone Joe. Joe, we need like
That's
3 of
right.
you.
I have
Are
one
you-
here
are
with
you
the
kidding me?
cable.
The
You've not
Earth
met my
is not
husband.
ready for that.
One is enough of me. Trust me.
Yeah.
I know. I'm sure your husband wouldn't mind having a couple of more of you around.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
You are married, right? You know how this equation works, right?
Yeah. But think about it.
Think about it. Think
He
about
could be
it.
mad at the other Joe.
Think about
Not mad at you.
Which one of you did it? I don't know. I don't remember.
what happened.
You need a Meeseeks box.
Yes.
One of those Kirkland MeSeek boxes.
Oh, these are the stupid Kirkland brand musics. I need to go here and do print and save this document.
Joe, I have one here with the cable on it. I'll throw it in the box I'm shipping you tomorrow anyway.
Whoa.
Joes were found murdered. Okay.
But I do need it back at some point because it goes with my M100.
Oh yeah. No, I'm keeping it. It's mine.
If 11 were murdered, that means two escaped. So
yes.
Well, you got to do the baker's dozen. So.
I need to go here.
I don't know. These cards sell for about $200. I only have 3 of them.
And save as save.
So Ron, what are you working on these days?
I am
Windows 95.
No, I actually I have put away all of the PC stuff for the moment. I'm actually going through because based on some conversations we've had on Discord, I made a video a couple of years ago about Eric Helgeson's like ultimate System 7.1 setup.
Right.
And what I realized is that I made a video about it, but I didn't actually go through and like make that available anywhere. So I'm going through right now and I'm making basically like two things. It'll be like a pre-rolled image that you can throw on your Blue SCSI and just boot and go if you want to play around with it. And then there'll be another one that'll be like a Blue SCSI, like an image for your Blue SCSI that will just be the utilities, so you can install it and do it yourself. And then there will be a final thing that is basically just a Stuffit archive of just the utilities all collected together, just to make it easy for folks. So that's what I'm kind of doing right now while I'm listening to you guys talk about things.
I'll definitely use that on my Color Classic.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. We were talking about that, Ryan. Sorry.
Yeah.
I was like, somebody, Ryan, you may know who was mentioning. Yeah.
I think his birthday is today, actually.
Yeah, it's really weird. His birthday, but I'm getting all the gifts.
Oh, Joe, idea. That RGB card has access to all the slot data. You could theoretically make it put out RGB, digital RGB, analog RGB, and VGA if you combine it with your other project.
Neat.
Maybe.
And
I don't know.
Video. HDMI.
I will send it to you.
HDMI, 1080p, 4K.
You can play with it and figure it out. It's only a 2-layer board, so it shouldn't be too hard to replicate at least what's there already.
But Joe, both of the layers are inside the PCB, so it's really it's going to be tough. It's really got to scrub.
I forgot.
Joe, did you send out those chips to be reverse engineered after?
I have not done that yet. I just worked out the funding with my how we could put my project patron.
Your backer.
Yeah, my backer. To get that done. So that's going out in the next day or two. I just have to figure out details. They're very specific. You have to do this and do that so that customs doesn't steal your product. And blah 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 blah. Yeah.
So you got to sew them inside like a shirt or something, or sew them inside a pair of clothes?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. No, you have to label them a very specific way, and you have to value them under a certain value, and they'll sail right through. If you do it too high, they're like, oh, like if you try to put the value of them at like $800 because they're irreplaceable, then customs will be like, no,
value. I'll
that because you said it costs $800.
Yeah,
right.
We are China Custom. We have absolutely no corruption at all.
Oh, your postage is invalid. Throw it in the garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
None.
Did they ever get that fixed? He's on.
I got sleeves of RAM.
Are you talking to me?
Did they fix? Yeah. Did you get your postage thing fixed?
No, I talked to him about it. We have another issue where somebody had shipped something and it did not make it and was like seized. And it's like some very, very expensive piece of equipment. And so I'm like, why did they ship it UPS or USPS? I would have spent the extra $3 and shipped it UPS.
FedEx or UPS.
And they were like, well, we were the ones that decided to do that. And I said, what did you learn?
That's a bad idea. Green one is brown.
Good
Yay!
times.
I have a new subscriber.
Ooh, congratulations.
I actually have another live stream on in the background, so it's quite interesting listening to two streams and talking to one.
Mm-hmm.
Who are you listening to? What's the other stream?
It's Jesse I8386SX.
Yeah,
he's doing his first live stream.
Oh, God love him.
You might see him in my chat. So
yeah.
A while back, somebody was like, I only need one more subscriber to get to some landmark number. And I thought it would be really funny to go unsubscribe, so then I needed two.
Yeah.
Nobody else subscribed that day. So the guy posted a photo of his statistics, and it's like subscriber count, -1. And he's like, what the hell? I'm like, oh.
That's
Oh, no.
Does anyone happen to know what the resolution output is on the video toaster in 2000? Make it 2000. It's like what, 800 by 600 or what?
I don't know the answer to that.
It's video. I would imagine it's probably what standard.
I mean, isn't it just composite video?
Yeah,
the video format of the video itself.
I mean, it would be 640 by 480i, right?
No, no, because it's actually it's 640 by 480 is more like a PC thing. It's like 720 by 480. Because you got to consider
exactly.
You have to consider all the overscan and all that too.
Well, all I know is Babylon 5 looked like crap, so that's what
actually
it
the original NTSC. So it's like 576 by 480,
you have
490.
You have an expert here. It is indeterminate number of pixels left to right because it is a quadrature amplitude modulated video signal.
Yeah, but once it's digitized,
and then there are 525 visible lines that interlace.
Yeah, but Joe, that's what the output ends up as. But there's some kind of number of pixels both ways going into that to create it.
It's non-square 720 by 480.
It only has pixels if it's quantized by a digital system. So
it's not an actual absolute.
Yeah, but what you're dumping into the thing that's creating that analog signal that only has lines and not a grid of pixels does have a resolution. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it can be whatever you want it to be.
That's the immediate.
Yeah, no, it could be like 12 by 540, or it could be 3000 by 540. It's still going to be lines that are analog.
Yeah, they're about 576. It digitizes to about 576 by 525.
575.
Sounds like
yeah.
Yes, he's 525.
So the answer is go buy an old PAL TV from the 70s, and it'll look great.
Yeah.
Well, I was just thinking for the first video, I was going to run it through the video toaster and do the entire production on that and post it. And
Oh
I was
God!
just curious
See you in 9 years.
Yeah.
This topic is like asking somebody if an old game console outputs 480i or 240p. You're going to get 900 answers, and they're all wrong.
What about the right one?
There is no right one. You know why? Because different consoles do different stuff, and different TVs do stuff different ways, and different capture boxes do. Yeah, it's there.
Right.
At this point, there's no way. Like the best answer is this looks good and this looks bad. That's it.
Yeah.
And everybody's in agreement that it would look bad.
It says Justin.
So who wants an Amiga?
Shared image writer.
I do. I won an Amiga 500. Yay!
The more work you put into it, the better it can look.
I was the first one to say words.
But
yeah, I got a shout out in Justin D. Morgan's Patreon post. Yeah,
I saw that.
Yeah, but it takes a lot of work to make it look good.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
And
really
your source material.
Don't expect any miracles.
Right. It all depends on how much you put into it, and it takes quite a bit of work to make it look like professional.
Right. So,
because
for example,
when we were looking at it for the company that I worked for, it was like we were looking through it, and at that point the 4000 was out with the Video Toaster 4000, and when we looked at all the work that was needed to get really good professional looking output, because we could have gotten a complete system for about between $4,000 and $5,000. We went and said to hell with that, and we spent the $18,000 system that didn't even include a computer, that used a 8100 110 that we had to remove the AV card from because it was incompatible with the AV card, and get the actual regular card for
Sounds right.
Oh yeah, that AV stuff built into that generation was totally incompatible with any other AV in-out setup. Because the way Apple did it with, like, basically it's just a blue screen superimposing video over the Mac video, which is complete garbage for most people.
And the system that we actually went with was the Media 100.
Yeah,
and it's a very nice system if you ever find one used.
So Sean just texted me and said, he sent me a picture and said, hey, he had taken the toaster and flyer out of the machine when he stored it, but here they are on my table, complete with software and manuals. Do you want me to put them back in the machine before I ship it?
Yes, so to all those things.
The 4000 has the toaster
Yeah.
as well. I knew when I got it, like, it was missing. Like, looking at the back of it, you could see the labels where everything was, but the part itself was not in there.
I would have them put it back in so that it's all in, safe inside there.
What I was going to say, it would probably make it better.
Does it have a TBC card?
I don't know what that is.
Time-based corrector.
Time-based corrector.
It's an add-on to the system. It actually is a really good card to have to fix.
Yeah, it's literally, if you're going to be doing anything that's not like computer or originated, and even then, if it's like a Apple II computer originated, you want a TBC card.
Yeah, if you jump Apple II video through there, it'll clean it up and make it stable.
Come here. So Liam has been sick for like 3 weeks now. And we had to take him to the urgent care Saturday, and then they transferred us to the ER.
Right.
And then when we came home, he's finally, say hi, Liam.
Hi.
So he's finally feeling better. But when we came home, his legs.
Spots.
Yeah, he's got spots like a leopard.
Uh-oh.
You got hobbit feet. You're turning into a hobbit.
Tell him don't. Tell him don't play hide
response.
and seek. Tell him don't play hide and seek because he's been spotted.
Well, it's some type of immune response to him being sick. So they said it'll pass in like 4 to 6 weeks. But it looks crazy. But I guess
Hey, guess who has a blown fuse on his SCSI port on his SE30?
You got your headset.
Joe.
The headphones are watching Aubrey. I can hear Aubrey on this, but I can't see it. I can only hear it.
You can hear it? Yeah, that makes sense.
Speaking of Project Joe,
that's your gun.
how's the weather machine?
It's on hold because I have more important things to do.
Like building clocks.
Yes. Hey, that came from my husband. That was the most important thing.
Like building the JCM-1 computer.
Yeah, that.
I'll be right back. I gotta help him with something.
Okay.
Sure.
I hooked up a zip drive to my Mac Studio. I wonder if this will work.
Like fixing my SE30 so I can actually build blue SCSIs and test them in 2 days.
Did you give him his father's computer after?
No, but he knows it. He knows about it.
Okay.
I see his father's computer on the
no.
there.
Oh no, I'm out of fuses. Well, I guess we're putting a wire in place, huh?
If you don't have a fuse, does
That'll
that
be
mean
fun.
you blow up immediately?
Just put
It's
a
a
penny.
fine zip disk you have
Just
there.
replace it with a penny.
I stored all of my crucial data on this.
I'll put a super thin wire
Nice.
in it. And
Aluminum and
that'll be my
foil.
fuse.
I'm gonna put this.
I just used a
into my Mac
22
Studio.
caliber rifle round. Fine.
It has an audio visual alert when it blows.
Yeah, it's exactly when it blows. It'll let me know.
Hey, my zip drive works on my M1 Studio.
Need to go to
Nice.
my
My floppy drive worked on my M1 MacBook.
Apparently, I
There's
fixed
nothing on
enough
here.
fuses that are out of them.
Can I write to this? What is this format?
Fuse.
Info.
Apparently, I've
Yeah.
never worked these fuses. Then.
Oh, that's funny. If I have an HFS formatted zip disk from an old Mac, it won't let me write to it anymore because it doesn't do HFS. But it'll still let me write to FAT16 zip PC formatted disks. What the hell?
Yeah.
So I just Googled SE30 SCSI fuse, and the first hit is Mac84.net.
When I eject the zip disk, it like flies out so hard that the zip drive tries to fly off the table.
So if I search the web for socket A motherboard USB fuse, will I get Mac84's website too? I mean, he's dabbling in those PCs now.
Yes.
Or will I find the PC84 website? Oh, look, it's a tape drive.
Ooh.
That 8,
Sure
wow,
store.
like a whole 8 megabytes of data. Great.
Is that
I found
ultra wide
SCSI in the desktop G3 I was working on today. I found an ultra wide 2940 with Mac boot ROMs on it. I was really shocked.
I need to go to.
I already have an HP tape drive that I bought at the thrift shop, all because of the SCSI cable that was with it. Because it was like this really long 50-pin ribbon cable. I was like, they want $4 for this tape drive, but it's got a SCSI cable with it. Yeah.
You can buy 50-pin ribbons and IDC clamp on your own stuff, right?
Yes, I could do that too. But
oh, sure, store.
It was the instant gratification of the SPCA thrift shop.
Yeah, you can just run the cable as long as you need it, and then if there's too much, you just cut off the rest.
In fact, the cable that came with that drive is so long, I could probably actually make a couple cables of more reasonable length from it.
Sorry, I fell down on the job there. Sorry, Justin. How long was it?
It's like I think it was like 4 feet.
He didn't get it, Ron.
I know.
He didn't get it.
It's okay.
Yeah, that was from the game show that was before I was born.
No, it's just the classic response to whatever that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Very common on Johnny Carson.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But there was a game show that I think that also.
I'm sure.
That's like the audience would like how insert the word was it.
Is there anything I can do with 256x1 chips at all?
Yes.
Actually, I could put those in my Alpha Bits card on the print buffer side, but I need to find the buffer chip too. Because it actually, interestingly
enough,
uses
2?
It uses 2
1-bit.
Yeah, 2 1-bit chips. Yes, seriously. I thought it was going to be like 44, 64 times 2, but
you know why I have 2 is because I bought 50 and I used 48, in stuff, and there's 2 left.
Seriously, my serial card uses 2 of those chips for its print buffer.
Well, if I send you some 2C screws, you want me to throw these in too?
Sure.
All right.
I still have to find the print buffer chip. I've got someone on the case of trying to figure out what the print buffer chip is. As soon as they find their card, they're going to look and see if they can see the part number on the chip. But yeah, those are the memory chips it uses. Seriously.
All right, I ordered 50 more, but I'm just going to end up with 2 more out of that batch too. And having 4 spares is just as useless as having 2 spares. So
at least I can put them to use on my print buffer card or the serial card.
If you want them, you can have them there. I tested them; they're good. They're new old stock NECs.
Oh yeah, those are good.
Where's the cling clang coming from?
That's me. I'm filling up my wood stove.
It's funny. It's usually what we say when you do noise, Adam.
Yeah. Hey, I got false who's the other day. There was a bunch of noise and I wasn't even in the room. And Javier's like, "Oh, that's Adam doing." I'm like, "No, I'm not. I'm on mute. I'm not even in the room." But I had to wait 20 minutes to tell him that because I wasn't in the room.
Remember.
So what else is everybody working on? Come on,
So
there's got to be some more cool stuff.
Your Tash 20 up to your Mac 512. Make sure that you get like 6 feet of ribbon cable because you got to have this thing as far away from your Mac as possible.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Or your Mac will get cooties or something like that.
I'm going to repurpose this as a 2 cable because it's a rainbow, and put like a 2C one on that's like 3 inches long.
Well, I just updated my animations for tomorrow's live stream just so that I remembered to do it while I was remembering to do it.
So I did tonight earlier. I did I got a cheap IDE to SD adapter from Amazon and a really cheap SD card, like one of these whatever $3 cards, 8 gig card.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I put it in a beige G3, and it not only was it seen by drive setup without hacking drive setup, but it boots about 4 times as quick as this, which is what was in it. So it cost about $12. This is built in 2001, and it still works.
It's like, do I buy it from Mouser or DigiKey? DigiKey Mouser costs less per part, but their shipping is $1 more. DigiKey costs more per part, but their shipping is $1 less. The price, exactly the same.
Believe it or not.
I'm laughing at
DigiKey. It is, because then it'll actually get here.
I'm laughing at what Joe just put on his website.
The answer is buy it from Newark Electronics. Oh, no, sorry, Newark Electronics.
I've never had any issues with Mouser, by the way.
He's got an I know what I got throw blanket. Awesome. Yeah. Now I can put auctions up and they can look like Mr.
No, I want to get one of those to put over my table at VCF so you'll know I have the best deals.
Mm-hmm.
Ron came up with the best idea today. I'll just put it there.
Oh,
And Ron, what is it? Tell us.
It's the thing they've been talking about for like hours.
Ron's idea.
Yeah. You came up with that. Okay, sorry. Okay.
So actually, what happened was a couple of weeks ago, I started looking into it because I was like, surely this is just like something that he just bought off the shelf somewhere. And so I started looking into the pattern and trying to find stuff. And I reached out and I talked to Kate because Kate was also kind of looking for something in the past and couldn't find anything. And so we just kind of like bumped heads and I was like, I have no idea. And I've just tried everything. So I thought, well, probably the easiest way to do this is just replicate it. So I made a pattern and I downloaded like pictures, like 20, 30 of his auctions and just got like the hex value that was basically like the like it's just like across 30 images, this color is like this hex code. And it's like, it's as close as it is based on the photography available. And then I kind of was showing everybody this earlier and I was like, hey, like, I think I've got the colors kind of figured out. And then Joe was like, wait a minute. And he did some more research and he actually found like the real, because I said, I found some shower curtains and stuff that are kind of like close. And this is maybe like the font he used. And then Joe was like, wait a minute, I could just do color match on all this. And since Joe has regular color vision, it was like, hey, like this looks like the real deal and not like filtered. So it all worked out.
Oh, I was about to say that I wonder that you were going to say that, oh yeah, I put my picture into Google Image Match and lo and behold, it was this disposable tablecloth or this
it was because
product.
Yeah, it's weird because some of the stuff that he uses has got like a very like there's no pilling or anything on or like texture sort of on the stuff. So it's really that he has like the full set of all the different things where it's like, oh, here's a pillow sham and here's a whatever
duvet and
and like a shower curtain.
Comforter.
Shower curtain.
When I was trying to find it though, I took several of his photos and I basically de-wrinkled the fabric so I could have something as a base, and I did a whole bunch of reverse image searches over the whole internet, and that's when I found a no longer available Wayfair shower curtain. I don't know, maybe they sold the same one Target did. Mm-hmm. But it was out of stock, and it had been out of stock for a long time. It wasn't even on their website anymore. I had to use the Wayback Machine to see it.
Well, the one Joe found showed that it was like circa 2006, like dorm,
it was way out of date. There's some junk the guy probably had in his apartment. He's like, oh, I use this as a backdrop.
Yeah, it's something that would be unique where I'm sure in his brain immediately it was like, because people steal pictures all the time for eBay auctions.
Sure.
But if there's a bunch of polka dots, you immediately know that this is my stuff. So
well, he also puts his name on the photo with a watermark.
Hi, Joe.
Too.
No, I'm saying hi to Eric.
Oh. Hi, Eric.
Hey, Eric.
Hi, everybody.
Hello there.
But that's like
right.
Adrian and his towel. Like it's just something he had, and now it's
Ron has a towel too.
Right?
I use an old towel for stuff, but it's not famous like his towel.
Yeah, it's
like his just part of the shtick now, right?
Yeah.
All right, I think I just found my shower curtain for auction photos.
Oh, let's see.
But
Share
see,
with
I have a burger in my set right there. Okay.
Nice. Is that a phone? Is that a burger phone or a burger mouse?
It is neither.
Oh,
Justin,
cool.
that's actually pretty cool.
It's a good burger.
I can get the 4-piece set so I can take auction photos on my toilet. Oh, wait, no, maybe that'd be a bad idea.
No, this is my burger right here.
Justin, that looks like deconstructed CBC Canadian Broadcasting Corporation logos from the 1970s.
If you unzip this burger, it's got a thing for holding CDs inside.
Oh, that's awesome.
I remember those things.
So I bought
That goes
two,
in the car.
I bought two. So pre-stream we were talking about it. I bought two vans today. They
yes.
were
Good for circling around to that. I have a comment
Chinese vans, like the mini
K-cars.
You mean counterfeit skateboarding shoes?
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but what's hilarious is, so Ryan and I were talking about it pre-stream, and we were looking it up to see like what they were a remake of, and
because I was like, they're definitely like a Daihatsu that's been like
Yeah.
reverse engineered or something, right?
Oh,
but it was what, Tiger Trucks?
TigerTrucks.com.
So if you go to so everybody go to TigerTrucks.com.
TigerTrucks.com and
look
tell
at
us
their
what the logo
emblem.
is on the front.
Yes.
Yeah.
Look at the emblem right on the homepage. All their vehicles have the same emblem on it. And you tell me exactly what comes to mind.
GoDaddy, this domain is for sale.
If I go to tigertrucks.com, it's nothing.
Maybe I did. Hang on a second. What was it?
Tire Truck. Did you know
Tiger
S?
Truck.
Oh,
Just
Tiger Truck. So sorry. Yeah, no
Yeah.
S.
Yeah.
.com. So look at the homepage and tell me what their emblem is.
It's very
/
Enterprise.
Isn't that funny?
These
It's
are
like,
the
it looks like a
Voyagers.
Starfleet, yeah, or a Voyager.
So,
logo.
Frank, what you need to do is you need to get the Defiance call number and put it on the side
Yes.
of
Put it on the side of the van.
Right.
I just like when we were looking at it pre-stream, I was like,
NC, what is it,
What
one-
does that look like to you? Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, that's
Hey,
hilarious.
Eric, if you're still in the chat, look what I found today.
What was the Defiance? NX74
Ooh, they sell parts. I wonder if I could get the badge from the front of their vehicle as a spare part.
Probably.
Oh,
I
no.
just thought it was hilarious. Yeah, we were looking pre-stream, and I was like, no kidding. That's too funny.
Hey,
But the bigger part is show them how much you paid for 2 of the vans.
Oh yeah, hang
You
on.
have the invoice there?
if you
Yeah,
call them,
so-
is the hold music like that music that played for like 20 minutes before the credits even started of Star Trek: The Motion Picture?
Yeah.
No, it's the music from Enterprise, sung by Rod Stewart.
Oh yeah, love
So
it.
I will.
Sweet.
I'll fold the top of the invoice so that you can't see the address or anything. But it says right here, 2 CMAG International vans.
Hold on.
Yeah,
How do I make
It's
you
too.
Let's make me big.
Hold on.
there we go.
So
There we go.
2 CMAG International mini cargo vans.
Yeah, $200
Wow.
each.
Yep.
That's a great deal.
What a bargain.
432
Enjoy,
tax.
enjoy the vans. That's cheaper than the skateboarding shoes.
So,
Are
like,
they,
are they
uh,
child-sized for your kid?
Are they
No,
Do
running?
they have
No, they're-
the Power Wheels
Yes.
logo on the side?
Yeah,
No, they're
they run on
they're
DeWalt
900
batteries.
Yeah, DeWalt batteries.
And they're
They're
fully
not- they're-
legal?
Yes, they're
Yep.
so the GVW is 3527, but they are 995 cc engines and they're 5-speed.
Yeah.
Uh,
My
four-wheel
son
drive.
had
well.
Yeah, my son
But
had
they're
one.
not. But because they're not Japanese, like my mini truck is, my mini truck is right-hand drive. These are actually left-hand drive, like regular North America.
Mhm.
I bought a
So-
power generation station and it was only $700, and this is what it looks
Nice.
like.
Duracell.
And you paid
So-
$200 plus what? $14,995.99 destination and delivery.
Yeah, Frank. I'm at the point where you just need to buy me one of those too, and I'll go down and I'll check your gas station.
I already
anytime
well,
you
I said
want.
the same
It would
thing.
be it would be great gas mileage. And honest to God, the cargo room in there, you can fill up enough gas to get you home. I would guarantee it.
Would that make a good vehicle for me to go to and from the airport?
That'd be great for VCF.
That'd be good for going to VCF East.
Yeah.
Yes.
There you go. This is what they look. This is what they look like.
Yep.
Oh boy.
But they have two
they have bicycle
solid
tires.
panel doors on the. They're like 13 inch or something.
Oh jeez.
Oh damn! I'd drive one of those.
But
okay,
golf cart tires
have two sliding doors, one on each side, and then the back actually is a full hatch that lifts up, not the barn style door. Like
I want a hatch on the bottom of it so you can just dump the stuff out on the road while you're driving.
$200. It's probably going to cost you $8,000 in like tariffs to get it.
I'm just saying
it's already here.
Is
it
that
was
a
like
leaf
40
spring
minutes from
suspension in the back?
Yeah.
Is that leaf spring?
Yes, they are leaf spring suspension.
Is that like a down payment, or did you buy the van for $200?
No, they're
Did you buy this? Did you buy this van out of the back of a white van?
No, these
It shows up and it's a Matchbox toy.
No, they were used on the college campus. Yeah, they were used on the college campus.
It's like image not to scale.
So you bought this at a surplus, like auction.
No, they weren't listed.
Yeah,
I just buy stuff from them regularly.
Okay.
So I just happened to be there and asked about them.
Oh, wait, these are
and
pictures
they didn't have
of
them
them
listed.
Oh, does Ryan have photos of them?
Yeah. That's
okay. This is starting to make more sense. The handwritten receipt.
Yeah.
And
no, they're surplus, but yeah, they run and drive.
Can I buy one from you for $201?
Well, I have.
You're gonna price this right in.
No. I've already asked for it, so I'm first in line.
I'll go 205.
I mean,
I'll go 205.
If you're willing to pay $200 for counterfeit,
did you have the
non-counterfeit?
Yeah, show the rear picture. Like it actually has a lot of cargo room.
Yeah.
It has.
Like this would be great for going to get like image writers at VCF East.
We can't see it. Oh, you're still scaling it. There you go. Hang on. Yeah, look at the back of this thing.
I dare you to temporarily.
I would love to have one of them for driving around town and such.
I dare you to temporarily brand one Image Writer Express and drive it by very slowly to make sure he sees it.
Image writer surveillance unit. And drive
if you do that, I'd be willing to drive it if you do that.
Wow,
that would be hilarious. Just circle the block like a dozen times.
And I'll even beep in front of his house and wave.
Bonus points if we
you know what? I can imagine what happened. His wife would come out the front door chasing you down. For the love of God, please take these.
Then hang on. Then follow it up with the second van. Free image writer ribbons. But they're really neat. But
that's what I'm thinking, Eric.
I just happened to see him while I was there looking at some other stuff. And I was like, "Hey, what do you do with this thing?" He goes,
but like this goes back to
my
statement. We just finished a podcast, which is not out yet, about what defines a pickup truck from the automotive side of stuff that I do, and I argue that most people that have a pickup truck don't need a fucking pickup truck. They just think they need
one. Ohio.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm of the mindset small mini trucks are pretty much what everybody needs who needs a truck, and then occasionally people need actual trucks.
Just go rent one.
But your country is much like ours in some sense. Like that is very hard to get on the road here, and it will be hard to get on the road there. Like you can't import Japanese trucks to your country very easily. Right. We can do it a little bit easier here in Canada.
Yeah.
Because of the truck
something to keep in mind though too, and this has been a phenomenon that's happened over the last like 30 years or so, is that at a base level, more and more people have turned around and focused internally. And it's very much that the truck and things like that is an FU to other drivers on the road. That I got the biggest vehicle, so I've got the right of way. All that type
penis
of stuff.
measuring tool.
It is, but there's also this thing that is the psychology of it, where you have like basically how passenger cars have stayed the same size, but trucks have continually gotten larger. And as those trucks have gotten larger, the death rate of people in those cars against those trucks have gone
up.
way up.
Well, it's
So
also,
as people buy vehicles for their kids and they buy vehicles for first-time drivers, they're buying them way bigger than they need. They're buying them SUVs, they're buying them things like that. Whereas like when I was in high school, it's like, here's your Ford Taurus, you know, or here's your Nissan Sentra.
Here's your Pony.
Yeah. And it's just a little tiny car. So if you hit something, you weren't going to cause a lot of damage to yourself or whatever that thing was, hopefully. But it's flipped. And so now you've got this arms race. So sorry.
Yeah. But one of the reasons for this arms race, though, is these quote unquote safety that was implemented by a few of the highway acts that have forced trucks to get bigger because they needed to have more safety. Right, if like we have an F-150 or an F-100, 1975 F-100. It's small.
Yeah,
right.
Compared to a modern 250, 150,
getting bigger.
Well, compared to even a modern sedan, it's small.
Yeah, getting
like you pull up
has nothing to do with safety. It's entirely EPA and gas mileage.
Oh, to get around the gas mileage for sure, because the bigger it is, the less it has to be challenge for gas mileage for sure,
and the less.
But even cars now are even bigger. Go take a picture of a 2021 Subaru WRX and the original Subaru WRX.
Yeah,
it's 30% larger.
That's all because of the EPA. It's all and the safety. Larger the car, the less. Has nothing to do with safety.
But it is because they've added more crumple zones. They've added bigger crash areas. They've added foam inside the frame to reduce noise and to prevent other issues during accidents.
Look at the Cybertruck and how it basically turns all your guts into like paste in a 30-mile-an-hour collision.
Because
they can still do it. They can still do it. The latest generation of Miata is the same size as the first Miata.
Right.
So they can still do it. They're just not doing it because people are buying the bigger cars.
Right.
It's the same reason that, like, what is it, Toyota? No, it's not Toyota. Is it Toyota? Or Ford? Ford only sells one car now. Everything's an SUV.
Yeah.
Besides the Mustang, there is no other car.
Well,
the electric Mustang is an SUV.
Right. The electric Mustang is an SUV, which apparently breaks now if you do a software update that you can't not do. And then you're stranded on the side of the highway.
That would explain why the person down the street who bought a Mustang and parked it out front of their house no longer has the Mustang parked in front of their house.
You know what? Ford should bring back? Ford should bring back the Flex. That was a great car. It was basically.
You know who made the? But the Flex wasn't actually a Ford, right? That was a joint venture between Ford and Volvo. So
it is, but it's kind of
that's why it disappeared.
It's like a very small, or like a very short truck, in terms of like
honestly, the new Maverick is brilliant. The new Ford Maverick is a brilliant vehicle. I recommend them highly.
Yeah,
I mean, you had one, Frank. They're perfect for what you
2002.
Need.
Yep.
No, the Maverick, the small one.
Yeah,
we had a 2020.
Yeah, it's 2022.
You know, with James
2022. Yeah.
Oh, 2022. Yeah.
Yeah, 2002. That's a Ford Ranger. But I miss the mini trucks. I like mini trucks. I like small trucks. I like big trucks too. But for me, it's like, why pay extra for fuel for stuff you're not using, right? Like it's pointless.
Yeah. Remember when Chrysler and Mercedes were related, and that Chrysler took a Mercedes two-door coupe and they made it a Chrysler
Adam's microphone
thing, but it looked like a dog taking a poo.
Oh no.
The Crossfire, yeah, I love that car.
Is my mic screwed up or
no?
I think Ryan's
are dying.
Oh, you know what's dumb about my Sony headphones that I'm using is that if I plug in the USB to charge them, they will not let you use them while it's charging.
Oh, that's
I have a similar pair, and it's really annoying.
Apple's the same way with my mouse.
Well, I mean, at least
Speaking of
Apple
that-
had the courtesy of making that mouse such that you can't use it while it's charging. Unlike those headphones that they look like you can use them while they're charging.
I mean, why shouldn't I be able to plug them in while they're charging? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
in Apple's defense, though, it literally takes like 30 seconds for like a 9-hour charge. So it's
that
not
mouse is
like it's really
really
that big
uncomfortable
of a
to use, though.
It
But I
is.
have
It's
this
not a great
mouse.
design.
See this mouse? I have to turn it over and plug it in right here.
But you can use that one while you're charging.
No, because it's in the bottom.
No, you can't.
You could still try. You
Well,
just have a
it's
very
optical.
limited range while it's on the table.
Just right on
Adam,
the edge of the table.
You just got to push really hard. It's fine.
See? But it has a little screen that shows you what it's doing.
Did you guys see the little cable you can buy for the Apple mouse now? That's like a flat ribbon cable that plugs into the bottom and it runs, runs the flat ribbon cable at the back, comes up a little bit, and then it has a USB-C.
Wow, really?
That's
Yeah.
great.
So
Oh,
it's
boy.
and you just like it sticks to the bottom of the mouse.
Yeah.
They should make like a little mouse-sized like tray that has the cord built in going out that still lets it sit over and like move around.
I bet that dumb cable costs as much as a decent mouse. Just
What I
nobody
don't
should buy
get
those.
is I have
It's not an Apple product. Somebody
trackpad.
made it.
This is my dusty trackpad that I use, and it has the lightning connector on the back. So you can plug it in while it's in use and charge it and use it at the same time. See, it's got the fancy
Apple hasn't
logo.
been like really held to task for it, but there has to be a reason why they did it. Like I can't
They've
imagine
been
that
held to
went through.
task for it. They get all kinds of complaints about that.
They haven't said anything. They ignore it. They haven't
But like
the
the
haven't been held
AirPods
over
Pro,
fire.
the AirPods Pro had a case that had lightning on it, and they actually released an AirPods Pro case with USB-C that you can buy just the empty case. So if you have older ones, you can upgrade that and still charge with the new stuff. They know that people want to update stuff. Why don't they just put the damn connector on the back of the mouse? Fire. So that you can use it, and it would just look like a corded mouse while you're using it. I don't get it.
Yeah, you're holding it wrong. Or have the mouse have wireless charging capabilities, and you just use a charging mouse pad.
Yeah.
Right.
I very much preferred the version of that mouse that just took a double A.
Just to do thorough research on the subject, I got a white one and a black one, and I can confirm they both have the charger on the bottom.
Yeah, but like my Apple keyboard also has the lightning connector on the back.
On the back.
So
Yep.
And my Magic trackpad is not magic.
oh,
My Magic, my Amiga
Science. It's weird.
My Amiga tank mouse
science.
just plugs in and works.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Good. There's so many screws
This
on my
one-
desk. I can't even put
this
this
one
back down.
does that for me.
Yeah, see?
Where's your clear one, Ryan?
It's in my house, in my box of stuff for the next con that we're going to in April.
Show it.
Oh.
In my house.
Oh, by the way, Gut Bomb, before I forget, there was a mad dog in my mailbox today, and I did let it out.
By the way, this right here, high quality products, this is a lie. My camera's crooked. Oh no.
Yes, when you have to put that on a product package, it is probably a lie.
It's
Made in-
most definitely a lot.
Well, the only other thing it says on the whole box is made in China. So
Well, that's probably not a lie.
Lie detector test has determined that is the truth.
it doesn't even make sense. It says appliance, and then it has a list: phone, tablet, computer, camera, earphone, speaker, car.
Tag that looks simple.
This contained an IDE to SD adapter.
Hopefully, there's not important data.
One of them up, Adam.
Oh no! I spilled my connector. Or my box of connectors.
Oh no.
Do 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 do.
Oh.
So our public school system here, the parents had a revolt and a complaint. They had a big article in the newspaper today about how the kids had to go back to school on the 2nd, and how it was unfair that they had to go back on the day after New Year's Day. Like they're like, oh, New Year's Eve. That means New Year's Day was school night, and anyway, I just laughed because we're off until next week.
Yeah.
The private Catholic school.
Well, I mean, you guys have got to get like Little Christmas and the Epiphany and St. John's
Seventh
birthday
Christmas
and
second seas and yeah.
Oh,
That seems like a really dumb thing to complain about.
Oh yeah, but it's like completely like shouting into the void, like first world problems.
What in the?
What in the what?
No,
Ron,
Flush the toilet.
he can't hear me.
I'm just trying to figure out this baseball play that I'm watching, and I don't get exactly why. Never mind.
Well, it's baseball.
Which one
doesn't
is
make
it?
sense by default.
Ron's got some sort of LC. What's going on, Ron?
He doesn't have his headphones on. He can't hear us.
It's Ron's computer videos, don't you know?
Hey, Ron.
Ronald. Ron.
Mama.
Ron. Ronald.
What? Hi.
Hi.
Now, this is content.
Oh, it is. Oh, by the way, somebody said, "Hey, I'm going to subscribe to this channel" in the chat earlier, and I was thinking, I don't even know what channel this is.
I have one of those.
Yeah,
Adam,
I think Ron's at the moment thinking, thank goodness I'm not hearing those people yap for 5 minutes while I work on this.
How did you blow up the thing? The SD to IDE.
Oh, I tried when I mounted it. I wanted to use a little bit of double-sided foamy tape. Like the 3M stuff.
Yeah.
And it turned out that it was touching the power and IDE connectors, like pins, like the through-hole pins.
Yeah.
And I found out the hard way that particular 3M tape is conductive.
Of course it is.
That's stupid.
3M. We don't make things. We make things better.
So then what was funny is in order to get
blow up.
Here's the kicker. Not only did I blow it up, but when I was trying to pry it off of the metal 3.5 to 2.5 inch adapter I had it taped to, I left the SD card in it. So when I tried to flip it over, the SD card hangs proud of the PCB. So when I flipped it over, the SD card gave it leverage and ripped the SD connector off the board.
Oh,
nice.
So I doubly destroyed it. I electronically and physically destroyed it.
Did you play the failure sound effect then?
No, I just swore, and then I was actually on Discord chat, and the person in there was like, "What? Why? What happened? Are you okay?" And I'm like, "I just ruined this thing."
Are you sure Javier wasn't like in the room?
Yeah.
I'm like, should I return this to Amazon? Say it was defective?
Sure.
And then,
I could have.
the suggestion was return the 3M tape.
That happened today, right?
Yeah, earlier this evening.
I could have sworn I heard you talking before about that tape being conductive.
Yeah, here's the best part is that I had other tape that was a different roll, different year actually, that I had used to put the paper cover back on a Mac 128 analog board, which is the same stuff Apple used back in the day. And that roll of tape was conductive. And I thought, oh, it's just a weird one-off. This was different 3M tape. It was clear double-sided tape. And I'm like, oh, there's no way that this is conductive. It's plastic tape.
Yeah.
Well, I was wrong.
That is odd.
Check your.
I have some of that, Joe.
Check your tape before you stick it directly to electronics.
Tape?
The double-sided automotive trim tape. I use it for lots of stuff.
And
that's what I use too.
nails. And once it grabs, it's grabbed. It is on there.
But give it about 30 years of heat cycling, it will fall off.
Yeah.
Funny.
So Ron.
Yeah.
Drake has made an important discovery.
What is that?
Oh.
Your head bobs.
Wait, my head bobs? What does that mean?
Oh.
You'll see it in Discord.
Oh, okay.
Head bobs.
All right, I'll look. Where a boot?
Friends.
Oh, okay.
Ah.
Oh, yeah. There's like I'm like a little thing on this thing. Yeah, I got it.
Kilroy.
You're a thing on the thing.
Yeah, I couldn't remember Kilroy.
Oh, I remember Kilroy.
I am going to go to bed.
Good night.
Good night.
Night.
Bye.
Happy birthday again.
Good night.
Don't be a party pooper. This keyboard is disgusting.
I'm out of here too, guys. I'm
All right.
on empty. So
Bye, Joe.
Thank you for attending.
Good night.
happy birthday,
Night, Joe.
Glad the clock
Thank you,
works.
sir.
Yeah,
It's actually not my birthday anymore. It's 12/14 now.
Well,
It's
it's still your
tomorrow.
birthday here, so I'm more important.
Yeah, it's still the
Ah,
same
there
day
you
in civilization.
Yeah.
Happy birthday,
North-
29.
the North
Bye.
The North remembers.
Yeah, you know what? Newfoundland's
Oh,
just
so
there to
glad that
run
guy's
cables. Just there to run cables between the U.S. and England.
Yeah, and we didn't even do a really good job of that either. Fuck's sakes. Don't
Yeah,
get
you
me
kept
started.
breaking the things.
Yeah,
What's wrong with
just
you guys?
No,
solder,
no.
solder a penny in the middle. I'm sure that'll be fine.
The
They're
there's
wash up on the
a
island, and the professor will fix it.
there's a fiber loop out just offshore of Newfoundland called the Irish Loop, and there's 3 dedicated fiber lines just sitting out there that could easily be terminated to Newfoundland, and we could because we have such cold weather and very good weather when it comes to we don't have major natural disasters, and we have a lot of really cheap electricity. We could have a fantastic data hub here, but our government is not smart. So here we are.
I just took the keys off of this platinum Apple II keyboard.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Here.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that nice?
Delicious.
It's very nice. I like the dead bug thing up on this corner.
That's nice. Yeah, squished.
Yeah, so
That's
I got that
value
going for
add
me.
right there.
Also, the fact that the whole thing is curved because it looks like somebody stomped on it. You know how you fix that? You just bend it.
It's American
Someone
History
used
X.
it as a skateboard.
No, it's the American History X Apple II.
Yeah, I got
curb
this in an
stomped.
Apple IIe that was not in too bad a shape, but the shift key was broken. The stem is broken off. But little did I know that underneath was this travesty of justice. Anyway,
Frank,
the keycaps are going into the ultrasonic.
did you see Jeremy's comment? How close he is to the distribute? He's close to the actual Tiger truck.
Oh, no kidding.
They're just yeah.
That's pretty
I guess
awesome.
they have a depot or a repair center of some sort.
That is pretty cool. That's not bad at all. That's super close.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh,
So if you need parts, we'll just send him down there.
That's right.
yeah.
It's good to know.
Anybody watch Aging Wheels YouTube channel?
Yep.
Sometimes.
Robert
Maybe
Dunn.
have not.
He got that
We,
Polestar electric car, but they only have
Yeah.
certain service centers. So every time something goes wrong, he's got to put it on a truck and have it shipped to another state.
Oh,
Oh, that would suck.
So here in Newfoundland, we have one LaFerrari. Yes, we have a Ferrari, the Ferrari. It's an electric Ferrari, and when it breaks, it has to go to Toronto in a flat truck.
Oh.
And the guy who got it, he had it a month, and the entire electrical system failed in it. So he had to put it on a
That's
flat
not
truck.
surprising.
Well, it's a Ferrari, so
Yeah, but I just think it's really funny. It's it's a $500,000 supercar, and
Well, you're not paying for quality.
He had it he had a month, and it was gone then for 6 months.
whatever you pay for a Ferrari, budget 100% extra for maintenance.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
More than that.
Apparently,
100%.
add an extra 100% if you're in Newfoundland and have to put it on the back of a truck. That's going to have to go on a ferry to Toronto.
I know.
Can't you only drive a car like that for 3 months a year in Newfoundland?
Thereabouts. But this guy also drives. This guy winter drives a Lamborghini Huracan because it's all-wheel drive.
Yeah, I'm sure he's poor.
Why not? Well, he owns a very cool software company, actually. So yeah, kudos to him on all his success. But
I own a software company. I wrote all my software in 1983 on my Apple II, and I sold 0 copies.
Nice.
Yeah,
Actually, no, that's
he
not
owns.
true. In 1985, I wrote the school's admission software that they would give to people who were trying to get into the school, and I got paid 0, but I got a pendant.
Got a You got a wicked mark.
Yes.
All right, I gotta go to bed too. I will see you guys later. Happy birthday, Ryan.
Bye, guys. Hey, Gupon, your package is coming tomorrow.
Yeah, I've been watching the tracking.
Okay, bye.
I have to watch the porch like a hawk, or someone will steal my stuff.
Who are you, Trina?
Later.
Yeah, what the hell?
Yeah, Trina's not having much luck when it comes to shipping and receiving.
My front door is on a major road across from the VA, and I've been here 4 or 5 years, and I've never, knock on fake IKEA wood, never had something snagged yet. Maybe it's because there's a giant, very obvious security camera pointed there, but
yeah, I have cameras all over my house as well. A sticker on the front door that says "Protected by Glock," so people don't
I have no
fuck around.
stickers, but I have a big giant camera like mounted to where it's super obvious that it's covering the front door area.
Yeah,
it looks like it actually is the enclosure that I got from what was it, the military base in New Mexico as surplus. So it's very imposing looking. So maybe that's why.
I should dig it out. I have a Panasonic security camera. It's a PTZ camera, and it's probably the size of. It's about this big, I would say. If you were to get, you can't see me anymore because my camera's down.
I see your camera.
Yeah, so this is my front door camera. So, and my niece made a snowman there.
I should figure out how to pump my camera into OBS. I wonder if there's a way to do that.
Yeah.
There you go. So you see my my over there to the right there. There's my my niece made a snowman.
What's up with the lights? Is that Christmas lights?
Yeah, I got my lights turn red and green.
Oh.
They're scheduled to stop at on the 6th of January.
It's snowing outside.
Yes.
Did the police stop at your house frequently?
No, never.
I was making a joke about the red light, Roxanne.
Oh yeah. Actually, there's a cop that lives across the street from me, so it's we've got a pretty good neighborhood.
That's good.
Yeah. We were actually the cop growing up. We were in the Army cadets together, so we were when we were kids. So he went on to become a cop, and I obviously didn't. But yeah, we knew each other from years ago, so it's funny.
I decided to be more on the supply side of crime.
Hilarious.
I mean, or more on the defense side of crime. I've done a few court cases.
Oh, you all missed that lunch lady video that Ryan sent me from his school a while back.
Which one?
Kid breaking into the car, and the lunch lady came out and took him.
Oh yeah, no, that was some crackhead broke into the car. Yeah. Yeah. She was told not to do that again because she could have got.
That's dangerous. Yeah. But he seemed to respond well and went right with her.
Yeah, and gave all her stuff back.
Yeah,
gave all her stuff back.
Anything crazy. I can't believe how well her windows held up. Jesus.
Yeah, surprising new Subarus have fantastic
good windows.
But the rock, he threw one rock, it bounced off the Subaru and bounced into the Honda Civic, and even the Honda Civic didn't break; it just cracked the window. So it's pretty impressive.
I don't get this. Why can't I capture this window?
So I had bought an LGA 1150 motherboard like in the end of December.
Yeah.
Just
for the cheap
case,
PC build?
For the cheap PC build, I wanted it $3.25. I wasn't sure it would arrive in time, and it did not because it arrived today. But I was just looking at the auction photos because there was a Wi-Fi card in the box that I didn't remember being part of the auction, and it arrived broken.
Oh.
And I just confirmed that indeed there is no mention of it in the auction description. There is no mention of it or no picture of it in the images. So
Guy was probably
Yay, I
cleaning
got
his desk
sent
and
a-
said, "Hey, here's some fucking trash. Throw it in there."
Yeah. Adam, I just pulled the
Oh, well.
RTSP feed from my cameras.
What
So
I'm
I just
doing is
grabbed-
pulling a grab
Yeah,
of
so
the
you
app.
have Rayo. Yeah, you have Rayo Link, so you can actually turn on. If you go into that app, there's an option to turn on RTSP, and then you can just get the RTSP feed and just
throw
feed
that
it
into
directly to.
OBS.
Yeah, just as an external
Okay.
video source.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can figure that out. Right now, I'm just grabbing that window, but you
Yeah,
can
yes.
see my little walkway there, and you can see the snow kind of.
Oh yeah.
It's
See,
in night
we
vision
don't
mode,
have any
so
snow.
it's well, it just started an hour ago.
Damn, you got quite a bit.
You're welcome. We sent that down your way. You're welcome.
Right here, you can see the stoop where they would leave packages, and
Yep.
the mailbox
Yeah.
is there. So, and that camera is super obvious. It's in a big metal enclosure, and then you can see the road. So I can see the FedEx truck and the Amazon truck and whatever.
So when they're drop kicking your package up the driveway.
Yeah, this is the camera where I had a recording of the UPS guy kicking my box up the walkway up the steps, and that contained a 9-inch color Ikegami PVM.
Ooh, did it
and
survive?
The neck broke. It was so damaged that the CRT fell out of its mount, and the neck broke on the back of the thing. And the UPS was like, "Well, it was packed poorly." And I sent them the video of the UPS driver kicking the box like a football. And they were like, "Oh, here's your insurance money. Thank you."
Did you guys see the video going around of the UPS delivery lady? She's only a little small lady, and she's rolling a custom built PC in a box up the guy's driveway, like a brand new, like $6,000 or $7,000 gaming PC, and she's just pushing it as hard as she can up the driveway, rolling it.
Oh, jeez,
man,
bad idea.
I was like, oh. That's not good.
Hey, look, my iPad is charging.
Oh, 30-pin connector. That's a first gen?
No, this is iPad 2.
Second gen. Okay.
Yeah.
With cell phone.
It's got cellular and 16 gigs of storage. Like I'm styling here.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh.
I think I have a few of those in the storage bin at the school. When we were first playing around with iPads, one of the parents went and bought us like 10 GSM powered iPads for some reason.
I have one of these mounted on the wall next to the front door, and it just runs the Reolink app and shows what's outside the door on that camera.
That's handy. Cool. That's a good idea.
Good use for it. I was trying to think of uses, and the other thing I did was I got the backup camera app that gives you a little box with Wi-Fi that has composite video in, and the app on here shows you the output of that camera. I hooked the backup camera module to an Apple IIc and made this into an Apple IIc monitor.
Oh, cool. That works.
Yeah. I bought this one because I was going to tear it apart, and because I thought it was iCloud locked. I was going to tear it apart and make it into an HDMI display, but then when I turned it on, it was like factory reset and it just worked. So I'm like, well, I'm not tearing apart a perfectly good working iPad.
Yeah.
No, for sure. I like that screen, that secondary cheap screen that who was it had today in the Discord?
Yeah, I saw that. Yoakum, was it?
Was it Yoakum?
Yakum?
I don't know.
Yeah. Yaker Lil. Yeah.
Holcomb.
I'll see you guys.
Bye, Frank.
Yes.
Mail me my thing.
Yeah, we're going to shut this.
I got them raised.
Listen,
Thank you, sir.
Actually,
Ace and the pie.
Yeah. I read on the internet that if you're the last person here on the stream, you get one of them Amiga 500s. So I'm staying to the end. My hand is on the car. I got a hand on the car.
That's hilarious.
Can't let
nothing.
What Ron doesn't know is it's just an Amiga box.
It's more than I got right now. So.
Well, on eBay, that's worth at least $100 apparently.
Apparently, it was foolish.
Oh, and it's $400 shipping. Bye, Frank.
Yeah,
just a box.
Yeah,
so what am I doing here?
Exactly.
That's
what I've
one
asked.
Beaver Dream said in the chat. I have an array of connected quick cams in black and white pointed outside my house.
Yeah.
I'm sure those work really well in the middle of the night.
I have to change my diskettes every 15 minutes when it's filled with footage.
Didn't they run the missile complexes, like our U.S. Nuclear missile complexes, off of 8-inch floppies until like 3 years ago?
Yeah,
Yep.
and then they just put in floppy emulators.
The U.S. military is still the largest purchaser of floppy disks to this day.
Well, I heard they got rid of that finally, but what would be hilarious if they just put Gotex in there.
Yeah.
No, what would be hilarious is if they hired a military contractor and the military contractor just brought Gotex in, labeled them something else, and then charged them like $10 billion.
Yeah, like Air Force Diskette Simulator 3000. It's $900 a pop.
Well, a friend of mine used to work on the Canadian naval ships, and they used to have like they're built in the 70s, so they're sort of technologically powered, but they have control boards in a lot of the systems, and they're all roughly the same. But there was only one guy in all of Canada that had the contract to recap those boards.
Oh wow!
And so everyone he recapped, he charged the Canadian military $25,000.
Wow!
So I saw a thing about when they were using the 8-inch disc, how they were going to secondhand stores and wherever to find 8-inch floppy drives, and then they had this one guy they went to under contract who would take all these drives they found and repair them, I guess recap them, recalibrate them, whatever. So they would always have a pile of spares in case the drive failed, because they needed it to load in all the nuclear launch codes and stuff.
Yeah. It's funny, and and I've seen the board. Like it's nothing. It's as complex as anything we would work on, recapping a power supply or recapping a motherboard. There's nothing really to it, but because he has the contract, and they'd replace 2 or 3 of them a day, probably a couple of times a month. No problem.
Well, I'm gonna just guess that the reason that it's so hard to find an 8-inch floppy drive now is because the Air Force probably bought all of them up.
I'd say so. Because what actually used them? Like
they use them in the missile complex, like where they launch the missiles from.
But I mean, personal computer wise, it was the PET, and that was probably the biggest computer that used
There was a lot of business systems. Like when I worked at, I had a job once when I was in college doing phone answering, and they used a mini computer to load up all of the data, like the list of clients and all that junk. That type of machine, like a mini computer, it used an 8-inch floppy to load the OS in some cases. And TRS-80 Model 2 used
it's my ISMI didn't the one that was shown in War Games.
War Games that was 8-inch.
That Inside in War Games was two. I think it was 2 8-inch floppies, and there was it was 1 8-inch floppy, or the 2 5 1/4 floppies were all options on that. Here's the thing: is that an 8-inch floppy drive is really like if you take an original 5 1/4 Shugart, it's the exact same everything as an 8-inch, like the layout, like number of tracks, the interface, everything is all the same. It's just that they figured out how to shrink it and not make it have to use AC power to run the motor continuously.
It's like they put it through a photocopier or like 60%, please.
Yeah. Well, what's funny is there was a guy on the Apple II forums who figured out that you could reverse that, and he got an 8-inch floppy drive working on an Apple II, booting DOS 3.3 and everything, but he had to supply 120 volts AC into it to make it just spin.
Vacuum cleaner motor or something.
It's like, here's the loudest Apple II ever, and it's sitting there, and the drive was a little tired, so it was all.
Yeah, that's because the spindle motor on them is locked to the 60 hertz of AC voltage.
Right, and it does spin continuously. So if you have the computer plugged in, the drive is making noise and wearing out the motor.
Yeah, that's why they have a head load line on them. Because the head doesn't get loaded to the disk until the head load line goes active. And you can hear it go chunk.
Right.
And usually they were quiet up until the head load time. That's when they would actually start to make money or make sound.
That chunk sound reminds me of like an old 5 1/4 or 5 1/4 hard drive, where when it would unpark the head, and then when it moved over, it would go clonk.
Yeah,
it's like that relay sound.
Yeah. I wish I had my 8-inch drives again.
I have a 5 1/4 hard drive. I should hook that up and make noises with it and record it.
I have a Bigfoot drive. Unfortunately, it doesn't work.
Yeah, I have what I thought was a really cool looking 5 1/4 inch drive I was playing with, and I thought it worked, and when I went to mess with it, it just makes this horrible noise. I'll have to open it up and do like a Justin and try to figure out what's wrong with my 5 1/4. I think it's an Alps, actually.
Well, I think I figured out what was wrong with that Alps I had last night, and the hub's cracked.
Oh yeah, I saw that part of your stream. Like that's not really fixable unless you get another hub.
Yeah.
Justin,
So
I've got a 2C drive here that's totally rusted out. I actually have it right here. Do you want this for parts?
Sure.
It's not got a cracked hub thing. Or I don't know if you can see that.
Oh wait, that hub's not the same.
No?
Can you show me the hub from the front? I think I could see it a little better if you show it. Oh wait, maybe that is the same hub. Yeah, that actually looks the same.
Okay.
Yeah, send it along. Maybe I can do a hub
I can
swap.
tell you that the motor is bad. Both motors are bad. That motor and this motor are both bad.
Okay.
I'll send you this, but I am going to keep the analog board off of it.
Go for it.
Okay. I'll put it in your pile.
Okay, cool.
Make a Justin pile. You got 2C screws, this drive, and what was the other thing?
The 2 RAM chips.
The RAM chips, yeah.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
I was
I'm
going to
going to put the RAM chips on the drive.
5
so I
Lords
remember.
Leaping.
I'm going to keep the cage, though. I put a nice note on it, though. See what it says there?
Can't see it. What does it say?
Hold on. I have to go out of
Make you big.
focus to make it work.
I'll make you big.
It says this.
Bad.
Bad. Bad.
So
yeah, I already stole the face off of it for another drive, so it's useless to me anyway.
Ron, any film coming up anytime soon? Any voiceover work?
Not really. This is kind of a lull time. I actually worked on a production like a month or so ago, but they're having some issues, so it's all on hold.
Has it started to pick up now since the strike has been like?
Yeah, it's different.
It's stuff?
Different. Yeah, it's different type of work, but yeah, it's there's been a couple of productions that have kind of started back up that were kind of on hiatus temporarily, and just waiting to hear back.
Awesome.
You throw a million things out into the universe and then just kind of hope for the best to see what happens, you know.
I know a few people that are always looking for the phone company that I helped found, they're always looking for IVR recording people. Nice. So yeah, might send them your way.
I'll be happy to record anything that they want.
Yeah.
I'm wanting to get a job.
Tell me what movie.
I know exactly. Here's the job I really want. I want to be the guy that says Peggy 18. I want to be. I've been my whole life. I've been practicing that. I want to know what all of the adults only games are in the UK. Peggy 18.
Good times. Yeah, the film is a bit quiet here now too, but it'll start up again now in the springtime.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey Ron, now that Joe's probably asleep, do you want to see the surprise little knick-knack that I put in the bag for him?
Sure.
Yes.
It's actually something that came from you originally.
Oh no.
It's this key right here.
A tilde key?
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Do you get the reference?
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Ron, one time you gave me a big box of Apple II keys, and I was like, ooh, I needed a delete key. And I went in there and I grabbed one and I put it on my Apple IIe over here. And then I realized it's actually from the Platinum. It's the wrong color.
Whoops.
But it works. And this is my Junko Apple IIe. So I'm like, oh, whatever, it's fine.
Yeah. All right, let's see if
one of the productions I rent out to is going to be moving from the 80s into the 90s next year. Oh yeah. So I'm looking forward to providing a high school lab of Apple or Macintosh computers.
That's way cool.
Yeah. But like I said in my post, I'll probably end up putting a couple of Apple IIs in the background because most high schools still had a few of them kicking around, even though they went Macintosh.
Yeah, it's true.
Now you got to fill it up with like SC30s.
Well, because the way they shoot these things, they make a classroom of 30 kids, but it actually only has like 10 kids in it. They do the same thing. Like it looks like there should be, the way the angle, it looks like there should be like 30 computers, but you actually only need to have like 7.
Right.
Okay.
They cheat the camera,
Yeah, like you just expect if you were to turn the camera slightly to the right, there'd be a continuing line of computers, but there isn't because they don't need to.
Right.
Well, what you do is you get 2 or 3 beauty SE30s, and then the rest of them can just be shitty SEs.
Yeah, well, that was what I was going to do. I'm just going to do, because I understand how the public school system works in this province, they would have bought, the first computer to test, so they would have probably bought, a 128 and tried it out, and they were like, okay, this is pretty good. And then they would have bought probably a bunch of 512s a couple of years later.
Mm-hmm. And then a Mac 128 or 512 is mid-80s, not 90s.
Yeah, but again, that's what I'm saying. They're going from junior high to high school, so it would be the high schools would have had the Macintoshes. Junior highs, basically in Newfoundland, at least had Commodore. They were Commodore computers.
Do you know what my favorite on-set computer prop ever is?
What's that?
The Whopper.
Oh, well, if you ever watch Seinfeld, on that show, he always had a Mac on his desk.
Yeah.
As you go through the years, it gets newer and newer.
He had one PC.
Okay, but for the Macs, at one point he upgraded and he got a Duo with a Duo dock and a monitor.
Yep.
Somebody stole the Duo out of the dock from the set. So there's a few episodes where they didn't want a big empty hole there, so they actually took the Duo dock and turned it 90 degrees away from camera, and then set the monitor back on it. So if you ever watch it and you see it, if you see the Duo dock sideways with the floppy drive facing forward, that was when they had stolen the Duo and they were waiting for Apple to give them another one.
Nice.
That's hilarious. And they got a TAM. He got a TAM for the last couple of seasons.
Yeah,
last season.
What's funny is I don't think he ever used the computer on any episode ever.
No.
There is one episode where he is at the computer. I think he's doing his taxes or he's typing something.
But did they ever show anything on it?
They don't show the screen. It's just him sitting there doing something.
He's typing or whatever. But they don't ever bother to film it.
No, but on his desk at one point there was a box that said MS DOS. He had a Macintosh, and there was a box of Excel, and there was a box of MS DOS, but it was a Mac on the. And I always find that really funny. I was like,
there's no way that computer is not the most ridiculous thing in his apartment. The most ridiculous thing in his apartment is the fact that the refrigerator is inset into the wall.
Yeah,
and if you were to go in the hallway, it's like 3 feet of it is in the hallway, blocking where you can actually walk.
Right.
Yep. Or do you remember the first couple of episodes where he had a sunroom where his computer was? It was like a sunroom with a telescope. I was like,
he had all this extra stuff.
Who is this? Who is this guy?
Yeah, and then no, we got to make it more cheap and simplistic to make him more normal. Yeah. So they cut all that out, and they really never showed his bedroom other than it wasn't really built. I mean, I was in that room where that set was. And the bedroom was a temporary thing they would use occasionally, but the weirdest part about being in there was that Jerry's apartment and the diner were basically next to each other.
Yeah.
So if you walk down the fake hallway outside his apartment, you're in the diner.
Yes, that's right.
Sean's got a good point. What about the bike hanging on the wall? He never rode.
Yeah, that we never see him use.
Yeah.
It was just there to impress people.
It was there so Kramer could steal it or something.
Yeah.
Hey, Jerry, I stole your bike. What?
Emma, my parents gave me that bike.
The container's round. The bowl is round. They should call it Round Teen. Yeah, there's the Duo dock. He's got an EK2 and the old original 13-inch RGB. But later on, that monitor was still there, precariously sitting on that Duo dock to its side, because they didn't want you to see it was a Duo dock 1. They didn't want you to see the big hole. He's got the Mac reference manual there too. That's funny.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Apple supplied all those at his request.
I'm sure.
Yeah, but I'm trying to find the one where you had the PC. There is a one where it was a PC, and it was. I think it might have only been one episode.
Maybe it's when they were. Maybe somebody stole another one of the Macs. Apparently, that was a big problem. That set was way open. I wasn't even invited in there. We were just at the lot, and somebody was like, "Hey, let's go sneak in the Seinfeld set." That's the same way I saw the Home Improvement set when I was at Disney. Yeah, I didn't even know who Tim Allen was. I didn't know who he was.
Which also had an LC or a Macintosh 2. I can't remember. But yeah, Jill's computer in... actually, it's two. She had a PowerBook, and she had a laptop, and she also had a desktop Macintosh.
What was weird is I met him, but it was the first year of that show, and I never watched it. And somebody was
I'll sell you Coke?
No, he offered to let me go in the food line though. They had catering was there, and he's like, "Hey, let's get a sandwich." I'm like, "Oh, okay." So I was in the line with Tim Allen getting a sandwich, but I didn't know who he was. And then later on, my friend Jeff was like, "What are you talking to him about?" I'm like, "Oh, he's just telling me about sandwiches or something." And he's like, That's Tim Allen. He's the guy on that show." And I'm like, "I don't know who that is."
Oh, I just know him from his HBO comedy special.
I just knew him from his cocaine busts.
I just knew him from when he got. No, I love Home Improvement. It's one of the favorite TV shows growing up.
No, I watched it later on. That year, it was it probably was. I mean, it was still in production on year one when I met him, so I didn't know what it was yet.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. There's Jerry at his tam.
Yeah, he's got it set up at a nice angle.
Yes, good for the old carpet tunnel.
Too bad it's not like a drawing tablet. Yeah. Steve Jobs probably showed up and threw it away for him.
Probably.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I own one of those, but you have to admit it's a garbage computer. It just sucks.
Well, it was just a PowerBook that was gutted, made into a desktop, right?
But the thing is, it's like the shittiest PowerBook.
Was it a PowerBook 180 or a 120 or 140? What was it?
No, it's like a 1400 or something. It's a PowerPC, but it's like a 603. It has a PCI slot, but it has crappy video. It has that vertical CD-ROM before they could make them that way. So they had to limit it to 4X because that's the best they could get out of it.
The board itself is basically like a 6360 in terms of performance and features and stuff, because it has PCI slots and everything.
But it's still a 603 EV.
Right, it is. But
what is the screen? The screen is 640 by 480, right?
Sure. In terms of design, though, it's a Performa 6360.
Right. Now the design of the actual computer for the time, with the flat screen and all that, it was like, wow, that's so cool. But I don't know why, when they were going to charge that kind of premium price for it, they wouldn't have made the components a little bit better. Make it more like they were selling the G3 at the same time. Why doesn't it have a G3 in it?
Well, it could, as Colin Golf Dude has shown off.
Right, but they've originally it was like $20,000 in 1998 money. Nah.
Well, it was $1,000 for every year of Apple.
We were at Macworld when that came out, and we were
paying the privilege.
We were oohing and awing over the new beige G3s that were there, and that thing was there too, and everybody was like all my friends were like, that thing is cool, but it's stupid. Like, it didn't make sense.
It's sort of like the Color Classic. Like, it's cool, but stupid.
Yeah.
Hey, wait, I just got one of those.
Well,
son of a bitch.
I'm sorry to break it to you.
And that was the year they were showing off that you could play DVDs on the G3, and it was the very first time that any Mac could play DVDs. And like, oh, you should be able to do that in the TAM, right? And they're like, oh, no, a 4X CD-ROM. And we're like...
You don't want to know how much I paid for my Color Classic.
Was it more than $50?
It was a lot more than $50.
Oh.
You should not have paid more than, I would say, me personally, $100.
I would pay 700 quatlus.
Oh, yeah, quatlus.
I think it was delivered. Now, I bought it with a bunch of games, so I think my entire bill was $400 with my 4 games.
That's a lot.
That's not outrageous for that, but I mean, the games are worth exactly nothing.
I'm cheap,
but
I don't want to pay anything for anything.
Well, The copy of Ultima 5 that I got apparently is worth like $200 to $300. I paid like $60 for it, so I was okay.
Neat.
So I only bought it because I'm trying to get all the Ultimates.
Yeah.
Here's a cat eating ice cream.
That's a nice cat. It's a fine pussy you got there.
Garth posted that a while ago.
But I don't know what should my next purchase be from the 90s Macintoshes. I don't have any Performers.
Quadra 650.
You don't need any. Yeah. You don't need any Performance. They're all garbage.
Okay.
Well, no.
You need a Performance 200.
No, don't listen to Adam because the Performance 600 is a nice machine. It's a 2VX. It's like a 68030. You can take it.
Machines that are just Quadras or Centruses rebadged obviously don't count as garbage because they're just a Quadra or Centrus that is rebadged.
So,
but a 630 though is a Performer that's rebadged as a Quadra.
Yeah, I don't
garbage.
think those are very good machines. Yeah,
no.
but I would say like if you could get, let me show you a picture. Hold on one second.
I need to rinse off my keys.
Let me spin my camera around.
You need a Performance 200.
Okay.
I ran those keycaps to the ultrasonic, and now the water is so cloudy you can't see in it.
Okay, so here's whoa, look! Oh, the camera just kept moving. Oh, it's still stop it! Stop
what
it,
happened?
you! Stop it, you!
I have to mute so I can run the water.
Wait. Okay, hold on. Stop moving. Lord. Okay, so here's what you need. Okay, you see this machine right here? That's a Performance 6360. That is that is basically it's a PowerPC 603 EV. You can, if you were so inclined, you could have it upgraded to a G3, and it would be a nice small little G3 kind of machine. 2 PCI slots. It's
or you could just
or let me finish, or you can let me finish, Adam. Or you can let me finish. So 6360, it's not a terrible machine. It's a pretty good performer. It'll do System 761. It'll do System 8 really, really well. Or if you are so inclined, you could get one of these babies. This is a Performance 6400. This is basically the same machine in a tower case. They're both really good machines. Here's the thing. You can pick them up $50. You can pick them up really cheap. And they're solid little machines. They're old world ROMs. You can do a lot of fun things with them.
It took me 3 days to sell a 6400 and get $50 for it with a monitor. So
wow,
yeah, they're worth nothing.
Because monitors are worth nothing.
But see, we say that, but at the same time, it's like as the years progress, the monitors are going to get less and less available, right?
Well, I gave them the monitor for free, and I found it in the junk pile at VCF. It was I would have sold it with or without the monitor. That was an in-person sale too, and I had it running for 3 days at VCF, and I only got a bite on it when I was taking it down, and the guy's like, "Oh, that guy's leaving." Ron seems to like that generation of stuff. I think they're just crap. They're not
great. They're not great. They're cheap.
Plus, they're cheap, but
plus, here's the thing. Why don't you just
buy a Quadra 650?
They both have. I recommended that too, Adam. But I'm just saying, if you want a cheap PowerPC machine for $50, those probably aren't terrible. They have PCI slots. You can add a SATA PCI controller. Now it's got fast storage. You can add a network card to it if you want to. You can add a better video card to it. If you buy the 6400, it's got 3 PCI slots, so you could have a video card and a network card and a SATA card. You could throw a 3D effects in it and play a bunch of kind of 3D games from that era. I mean, there's lots of fun things you can do for $50. I don't want to spend a bunch of money. Quadra 650 probably run you $150 maybe. I don't know.
So, just Ron, quick question: have you done a video about what people trying to get into this hobby? Like
yes,
what they should buy?
I've done several.
Ron has a great video on this era.
I know you have one on PowerBooks.
No, I did. Steve and I did a whole one about like the entire thing, like right up to the G3 iMac, like all the machines. And
was that not this past VCF, but the one before?
2022? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was there. It was a good talk.
It was a fun talk. I think we
Yeah.
got some good information across.
The one thing I agree with is take the 6200, the PowerPC 6200, and throw it right in the garbage if you find one.
Yeah, don't get a 6200. I don't think they're especially good. It's the original 603. They're pretty crap.
Now, are there any clones that I should look at versus?
Yes.
Do any of those have any benefits versus an actual Mac?
Yes. If you can, most of those clone machines, like there's some Pioneer clones and stuff. Those are basically just like new bus based PowerPCs. They're not especially great. They're kind of slow. They're very pretty looking, but I don't necessarily know that they're all that good of a machine. I would say if you want to get a clone and you want to get something that has some upgradability and you can do some fun stuff, UMax. The UMax clones have a socketed processor, so they have 603s, 603 EV chips, but they take all kinds of G3 upgrades. They take cache slot upgrades. They take like actual in-socket upgrades. Plus, a lot of them have 3-4 PCI slots, so you can add a SATA controller, you can add a network card, you can add whatever you want to add, and they'll run like System 761, and they'll do black and white, which is something that a lot of those clones won't do. So if you have a game that absolutely is like, sorry, I got to run in black and white mode, you kind of shit out of luck on. Yeah, you're kind of shit out. Well, if it has a check in the software that says you have to switch to black and white mode, that it won't just display black and white in color, which there's some early software that does that. You've got to have a machine that really does black and white mode. And those
that Toby card I got in the Mac 2 is actually lets you go all the way down to 1 bit. And a lot of cards won't let you do that.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
So I would say like a if you wanted something cheap, a UMax C500. That is that's like a desktop kind of setup. I just picked one of those up the other day for $50. Your mileage may vary. They might be more expensive because they're in less supply.
Well, here's the funny thing. So my father, God rest him, he ran or helped run a business he retired once and then went back to work. And then when he went back to work, he ran a magazine company and a book distribution company here in Newfoundland. And the magazine was obviously written using Macs. So the entire office was full of clones. I remember going in the early 2000s to the office, and it was full of, LCs or, not the LCs, but like early G3s and a lot of clones, stuff that was bought in the late, mid to late 90s, but they were still using them up until 2001, 2002, 2003. Anyway, a lot of that stuff still was around 4 years ago, before COVID. And I reached out to the IT guy that ran it. I messaged him a couple of months ago. I said, hey, do you guys still have any of that kicking around? And he's like, oh, actually, we just sent it all to e-waste.
Great.
Oh.
I was gutted. Like that hit me like like somebody had hit me with a shovel.
Mm-hmm. It's like, just yesterday we did like that Mac table. There was a guy in St. Louis. I've been trying to get a Mac table forever. Yeah. It was like, oh no, I just threw it out. Yeah, I just threw it out. Why'd you throw it out? Oh, we can't sell that kind of stuff here. We're not that type of store. Oh, okay. Yeah. Sounds good.
Yeah. So they had
Ron.
At their height, they probably had 50 employees working on different Macs. So there were probably 50 to 100 clones and early G3s and early stuff like we're talking about, LC, that type of machine kicking around.
Yeah.
All their point of sale that they used in the store, in the retail store, were all iMacs, the first generation iMacs, and all the different colors. All those were pitched out. And they had one of every color. So it would have been an instant set, collected, done. Like I have every one of the iMacs.
Nice.
But no. Yeah.
Oh well.
So sad.
Yeah. That sucks.
Ron, I just thought of something when you mentioned the 1-bit thing. Remember SimCity, how it would say like, oh, you have to run this in 256 colors, like only?
Yeah.
I remember at one point they came out with a patch and they're like, oh, we fixed the 256 only problem.
Yeah.
And what would happen is if you had your machine in thousands or millions,
mm-hmm.
you'd run it and it would be like, oh, you should really run this in 256.
Yeah.
Do you want me to switch, or would you like it to run really, really slow?
Right.
That was your two choices. Remember that?
I do. I also seem to remember that there was there's just like maybe 1 or 2 games ever that had like an option for thousands. And if your machine, say it again.
Very few did.
Yeah, and if you were running in millions, it would run, but it would run like so unbelievably slow.
Right.
But if you ran in 256, it would force you to. It would want to switch, and so there are some games that just won't run on the Quadra 700 since that the stock video doesn't support thousands of colors.
Yeah, the video in there is just
so weird.
24 card in the motherboard. I like my 24 PC card though because it actually lets you do thousands. So it's more like the Quadra 800 graphics, but it adds on millions.
Nice.
One bit is wondering why
that Toby card lets you do. The Toby card lets you do 1 bit and 4 bit. All these weird things that none of the later cards let you do on a color Mac. And I didn't realize the UMax will let you do 1 bit.
That's pretty cool.
Yes, it does. It's at least the C500 does, because I noticed that immediately on. Oh, and the other nice thing is that C500 supports 761, 8, and 9. So you've got like all the bases covered for quite a bit of software.
I didn't think any clone could do 9. I thought that Apple killed that ability.
They're not officially supported, but 9.0 will absolutely run. At least it'll run on like the C500. It'll run on those Motorola StarMax machines. I'm gonna say that probably like the Pioneer and stuff that's kind of based off the new bus PowerPC boards may not run.
Yeah, I used to have a Motorola clone, and I thought it was stuck at 761 maybe.
Yeah.
I was thinking that one of the clone manufacturers that their contract was written differently or something like that, and even though Apple tried to cut the rest of them off at 761, one of them said, "But wait a minute, our contract said something different," and Apple had to let those.
One of them went to 8, didn't they?
Yeah, one of them went to 8 because of that.
Yeah, I want to say it was Dana Star or the one that had the 4. The one that had the 4 processors. I believe in Colin's video. I believe in Colin's video that he did on it. He talked about that.
Yes, Daystar probably did have a different contract than the rest of the clone manufacturers.
Mostly because Daystar was doing a lot of stuff for Apple behind the scenes. So
because they were the same motherboard, right? There was a very similar motherboard layout for a couple of their clones.
Yeah, it's basically like a 9600 motherboard in that Daystar, but it just has a special that quad processor card.
Right.
Kind of makes.
So could you put the quad processor card in a regular Mac?
Yes, because Colin actually does that as part of his video because he had.
He does,
because he had a 9600 board, but I think that he encountered some kind of other issue with that or something. There's like a ROM limitation or something.
Maybe that's
I don't remember all the details on it because that machine is so rare and so expensive, and
it would not surprise me if either Daystar's ROM had an enabler for 4 CPUs or Apple actually put some block in the 9600 for 4 CPUs.
You got to keep in mind too, it's like you got to have software that takes advantage of any of that as well. It's like all these custom accelerators and stuff, like these boards. I mean, they're neat, but it's like if you don't have that Photoshop extension that could make use of that, or
what does it matter?
Yeah,
too bad, so sad.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it does for you.
Well, it's kind of like, remember back in the day when dual core CPUs first came out. It was cool as hell, but like most software was just like, I'm good with 1 core, thanks, and 1 thread.
Yeah, but I mean, at least when you got up to like NT 351, NT 4, stuff like that, you could right click the app and just set the affinity and just say, okay, you just run on the second processor.
Right. Yeah. And maybe was there functionality for that inside the Mac? I wonder to tell which processor to use. No, it just
not until you everything ran like OS 10 or something. So.
Yeah. So
because I mean those. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the classic Mac would only run everything on processor 1 until you ran the software, the Photoshop extension, and then that Photoshop extension would thread things out.
Right. I mean, it's cool, like you said, it's like back in the NT days. I mean, 98 didn't support dual core or dual processors or multi-processors, but NT did, and you can make it do some cool stuff.
Yeah,
I remember back in the day. I remember playing with 2000. I think it was when I started playing with multiple processors. Back in the early days of my network and internet and computer experience.
Mm-hmm.
I had a brain fart. What was I going to ask? There was something I was going to ask. We were talking about. Oh, Molar Mac. I have an affinity too for really weird looking Macintoshes.
Yeah, that's a weird one.
Yeah, is that a good buy? Like I know they're a pain in the ass to ship.
No, I wouldn't ship it, but I wouldn't own one.
If you really want one, it looks kind of neat, but it's really just a Power Mac beige G3 and an odd iMac style case.
Yeah,
right.
And really fragile.
It's not any. I mean, it literally is a Power Mac G3 beige motherboard slotted into a all-in-one.
Yeah,
right. So what's the ultimate G3 to buy then? Are we talking like buy something older, like a newer iMac, or not older? Sorry, newer, like a newer iMac or a
the ultimate
like
G3 to me
black
would
and white
be
or blue and white.
Blue and white with a blue and white LCD monitor. The monitor is the hard part to get.
Right, but you also got to make sure that when you actually, I don't know that it necessarily matters if you're just going to go ahead and put a SATA card in it, but there's two versions of the blue and white. There's one that has the original SATA controller or the original IDE controller, which has a ton of limitations. It's strictly like one device per chain kind of thing, and that's not the one you want. There's a later one and the only way to tell it is there's the IDE chip has a -402 at the end of the part number. Yep. But if you're just going to put a SATA controller in, I don't know that it matters. But yeah, I would say the blue and white G3.
Ron, you know what's weird is that the desktop beige G3 I was working on earlier today, it actually supports the zip and the CD-ROM on one chain, which
maybe
for whatever
they're
reason
they're a TAPI devices.
Maybe
instead of
I know that the hard drive is just by itself on the other bus. So
yeah.
Sloopy, you had a question earlier?
No, you were holding your hand up, so I held my hand up.
Oh, okay.
Peer pressure. If I had a question that I needed answered, I'd tell everyone to shut the F up. And
I figured you would, yes.
I used to be a single parent of 4 kids. I know how to tell people.
Hey, you! I got something to say.
Shut your mouth. But yeah, I find it really interesting. I thoroughly enjoy the compact Macs. I've been enjoying these guys a lot lately. Their ease of, bringing them around. The kids really like them at the school for whatever reason.
Yeah,
I guess because they're sort of iconic.
Yeah,
it's for the kids.
Yeah, it's for kids. Yeah,
get it?
So
no.
So that's what I tell my mom and my wife. Why do I have all the computers? For the kids.
Yeah. What are you, some kind of weirdo?
Yeah. Will someone please think of the children?
You do know a large bag of candy is much smaller for getting kids.
Yeah, you need a van too. Oh wait, you got one.
Several vans.
Yeah, just
Adam, love a Pete. What are you doing? What are you doing?
I'm sorry. I'm brushing off my finger fuzz from the 80s from my keyboard.
Okay.
Huh?
Well, you don't like that sound? Here, Ron. Here.
Well, it's not great, but it's just all I can hear.
Dave Walker says,
mute while I'm working
blue
on
and white minus the GPU Rev 2, but 300 megahertz. I didn't think Apple did that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Dave is one of the guys in our group. I don't know if you saw I posted. He got a G3 or black and white given to him, or blue and white given to him with no graphics card.
Oh, that's okay. There's a lot of just cheap PCI cards that you can just reflash them in a PC.
Right.
Those ATI cards especially, but it's yeah.
There was also build to order versions of the G3 that were 300, and they made an educational model that was sort of low end, even laid into it, where they still threw a 300 into it.
And that's probably what Dave has, because honestly, the Macintosh purchased here in Newfoundland were more likely purchased by either professors or educational institutions, because the island is pretty poor, and if people were going to buy a computer, they usually bought a Tandy from Radio Shack, not an Apple.
Yeah,
unless they worked at the university and got mad deals, right?
Ew.
Right. Nothing wrong with a good Tandy, though.
Ew.
What? You love Tandy.
Z80 sucks.
What? I can't believe I'm hearing this.
Why?
Don't you love Tandy? Aren't you Captain like Coco?
Don't you know that I'm an Atari person?
Yeah.
Oh. But I thought you were part of the Coco Nation.
I am.
What are you, like an interloper? Like a spy?
I like the 6809.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the color computer is not as Z80. Plus, or Z80 for our northern friends.
No, they're Z80s. I don't want to hear it. They're not Z80s. They're Z80s. They were designed and built in the U.S. They're a Z80.
Z80.
You can call your you can call your Sinclair ZX80, ZX81 all you want. They were designed and built in the UK, so they are a ZX80, ZX81, but it is a Z80.
Hey, Sinclair ZX81, but it's a Timex Sinclair ZX81.
Z80, yeah, we're here over on this side of the island or the pond.
Actually, I thought it was a Timex Sinclair 1000.
And if you want to, no, they sold the ZX81 here. And if you want to power your Stargate, you need a ZPM.
Yeah. Nobody tells Sloopy about the iRock Z28 either.
Yeah, exactly.
My nurse is here with my meds because she says I have to calm down.
Oh. Sloopy, calm down. Have some dip.
Calm down, Sloopy.
I got that reference.
What are we looking at now, Rob?
Of IPA on this. I don't know. See what happens.
Looks like the front of a bike or some sort of treadmill.
Oh no! Yeah, that's my my exercise bike. Nothing all that exciting. I swung it around there because I needed to get it out of the way because I gotta get this LC2 back up here on the bench.
Yes.
On the healing bench.
So this recently popped up in our local buy and sell or marketplace. Hold on, slides. No, not slides. Let's present share screen. Marketplace. Share. Can you all see that?
Yep.
No, but I'm not really looking. I'll be there momentarily.
Oh yes, take your time.
Got it.
No, Jeremy, not Kijiji. It's Marketplace. But yes, we do use Kijiji here in Canada.
Gesundheit.
It looks like a Mac 128, 512, or plus, depending on what it says on the back.
Okay. All right. I'm getting close. All right. Now I'm here. Okay. Yep. Yeah.
So
neat.
You should buy it and give it to me.
I don't really care for those cases, those bags.
It's probably not. Yeah, it's probably not a plus.
No, he says the 512K.
Yeah, because the plus says plus on the front.
No, it doesn't.
It's got the wrong keyboard.
If it was upgraded,
it's true. Right, but a plus that doesn't say plus on the front isn't really a plus. It's a 512K upgrade. Different.
Yeah. Right. Well, also the plus has SCSI on it. That doesn't.
You could take a 128 or 512 and you have a factory plus upgrade where they change the motherboard and the back panel.
Faceplate. Yeah. They just put a new. They move your faceplate so you get to keep your serial number and all your.
But you also keep your power supply and your CRT. Yeah. But yeah.
Mm-hmm. Look at that hyperdrive.
Yeah. Look, it's a Mac.
Is that got the hyperdrive in it? Is that what it says? Yeah. Okay.
It's not in there though.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I wouldn't leave it in there either.
Well, there's no way it works anyway.
I like the sticker though, so it's like the virus scan sticker on my front of my Color Classic. That's a cool sticker.
Mm-hmm.
Here, I cleaned my keyboard. Now it's less crusty,
less buggy.
Yeah, it's still gross, but it doesn't have like Hair and bugs. My brush is gross though.
Hair and bugs.
What a ripoff. No hair and bugs.
I got to do a marathon soon of LC recappings. I have 6 LCs now. They all need to be recapped.
Nice.
I'm not looking forward to it.
All LCs need to be recapped.
Power supply and motherboard. All of them. And of course, every one is slightly different than the other one, so it's not like it's all the same cap kit.
Yeah. It's always something.
Cool.
Oh.
Yeah, but you know what? That's what makes this hobby fun.
Yep, it does. All right.
Cool. So what are we doing, Ron? We're doing a new layout for your
Yeah, I'm
OBS?
doing a layout because I'm gonna do a video about that thing.
Oh yes, that's right, yes.
Yeah.
I always find you're like, what's the time zone where you are? Because your videos always come out super late at night. I'm like, does Ron ever sleep?
I do, but
because we'll be talking on Discord and then I'll go to bed and it's like 12:30, 1 o'clock here.
Mm-hmm.
And then like 4 hours later I get a notification on my phone, Ron has posted a new video. I'm like,
yeah. Because I'm like, hey, when can I drop the video when it gets absolutely no traction? That's what I.
Ron's computer videos of 4 a.m.
I got an update from the eBay seller.
Yeah.
Oh, let's hear it.
They actually sent him a letter too. I had opened a claim online and sent them the pictures. Used to be pictures and an explanation were enough if it was straightforward, but I guess now they are being a pain about paying claims to get out of paying. Nothing you can do, so just ignore it if you tossed it. Thanks for letting me know.
Yeah. And if he wants to, he can provide them the video link. Right?
Yeah. So
it's
anyway,
out of your hands.
Yep. A quick, truthful email to the seller, and well,
I have a funny eBay story that happened.
Oh, let's hear it.
I bought a Apple external SCSI hard drive in a vertical case, and I also bought that broken Duo 230. And a couple days apart, and it turned out they were both sold by the same seller, and he just combined them into one box and refunded me shipping on one of them.
Oh, that was nice.
Yeah, he didn't have to do that, but it was like, oh, bonus.
Yeah, but like it probably saved him having to shag around with doing 2 separate.
Whoa, language.
What shag?
Whoa,
dude! I keep going in the dock on my Mac and clicking the icon for an app, and then I click it again, like expecting it to hide. Because oh wait, it's not Windows 10. Damn it!
That's funny.
Little tiny differences between operating system interfaces. It's like, just make it so if I click on the icon again, it hides.
Yeah.
See, I didn't know that, Ron. I thought you were in the Midwest somewhere. I didn't realize you were. I didn't realize you lived in Hawaii.
No. I live in the Redneck Riviera.
Redneck Riviera. So what's that?
I have Ron's address around here somewhere.
Georgia?
No.
He lives inside an old Waffle House in Kansas.
I mean, don't you know he lives on a spaceship?
Yeah, I'm St. Louis adjacent. So
St. Louis.
Yeah.
So there's Kansas City, Missouri, but then there's also Kansas City, Kansas, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Are they anywhere near each other?
They are literally right across the river from one another.
Yeah, you drive. The police chase you across the river, and then if you in one side, you want to run to the other side because one side has better jails. This is what I've learned from YouTube chase videos, is that when you're running, go to the Kansas side because the jails are better.
Mm-hmm.
So when they catch you, they have to put you in the Kansas jail.
Mm-hmm. Does that track, Ron? Or do you have experience?
I've never been to a Kansas jail, so so I don't know.
You've never made it across the bridge.
No, I've never had to cross that money-saving bridge.
But there's other parts where I've been driving around Kansas City, and you're just driving down an interstate, and all of a sudden it'll just say, "Oh, now you're in Missouri," or "Now you're in Kansas." Like there's other parts that are not on that river. It's sort of random. Like and the city is continuous,
right.
So it's like you can walk out of the McDonald's and go to the Burger King, and you're in a different state.
Right, but I'm mostly speaking to I'm going to Kansas. I'm going to go west. I'm going to go to Lenexa and stuff. You basically like most of the interstate crosses that river and everything. So
I've been in Lenexa. We have several urgent cares there.
Yeah.
Cool.
Sorry.
So do you like living in like is that in Missouri? Is that like a cool place to live? Like
where you
I live?
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's just quiet. It's quiet.
Yeah.
It's cheap. It's it is. If there's a bright point in the universe, it's the furthest thing from it. But it's it's nice.
Hey, look at the bright side. It's not Ohio.
It's true. You have to be.
What's wrong with Ohio?
Joe adjacent.
I've spent several years living near Ohio and in Ohio, and I can agree with that. I'd rather live next to Ohio.
I got to bring up my map of the U.S. because I don't know where everything is.
Yeah, if the New Jersey is the asshole of the U.S., then Ohio is the colon.
Cincinnati is so proud of their city that they put Cincinnati, Ohio. They put their airport in Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
Like like Ohio is pretty close to Canada. Like it shares a Great Lake by the looks of it.
It's just to the left of where I live.
You're in Indiana?
I'm in
Pennsylvania.
On Lake Erie.
Yes. On Lake Erie. Okay, cool.
I live in Erie.
Erie, Indiana.
In Erie County. But what's annoying is if you look up Erie County for news or something, there's also an Erie County, New York, which is also on Lake Erie.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yes, I know very few airport codes, but I do know the Cincinnati airport is DVG.
Newfoundland or St. John's Airport is YYT.
Every airport in Canada starts with Y.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Is that
which gets really weird when you get all the way down to YYZ. It's like
or YY.
I mean, it's a cool airport, but it's tough to play. I just
PHL one direction, BAL the other direction.
What's funny is Key West, when they used to use all four letters because they all really start with K, but nobody uses that. So it was KEYW for Key West, but they dropped the K off all of them. So now it's just EYW. It's like, that makes no sense.
Could be KY. What is it? KYT? KYP Cincinnati? No,
it's Cincinnati.
Cincinnati is CVG for Covington.
No.
Covington County.
WKRP. Thank you. I was trying to remember the name of the radio.
Cincinnati's airport is in Covington County, Kentucky. So they got CVG when it was a regional airport.
Ryan, happy birthday.
Thank you.
I'm going to finish this video so I can get this video out so I can get you the files. I'm working. I've been working on your birthday gift this whole time.
Need a video.
I appreciate that. My question for you though, Ron, is have you opened the box I sent you yet?
Yeah, it's open. It's right over there. I took the stickers out. The stickers are on my thing here. So
awesome.
But I need to pull that SE30 apart and then put that card in and then play around with it. So what I was trying to do is I was trying to see if I could find somebody that had one of the Bole like whatever the heck you want to call it, like the neck board and the other stuff. So that way you could have the grayscale internally, and I've just not been able to do it. So I thought where it's like if I'm going to take it apart, I'll do this all at once, and I just
Ron, if you find one of those, find two so I can have one too.
Isn't there someone making a replica of them?
Yeah, Bole.
A Bole, okay, yeah.
BOLLE, yeah. Or however you pronounce it.
Yeah, I've got one of his SC30 Ethernet /cache /PDS extenders.
You know, you gotta put a jumper on that, right?
I don't know how to make it work. He won't answer my questions anymore, so I don't.
I thought you had told me that you had to install a jumper or something to switch it into the right mode or something.
No, that was my guess, but there's a whole bunch of jumpers, and I don't know what to do, and I don't want to blow it up, so I didn't do anything.
That's good.
Yeah,
probably for the best.
I should probably just go on Tinker Different and make a thread and say like, hey, I got this thing and I want to do this, and what do I do? And there'll probably be like 5 people to be like, oh, just do this.
Yeah,
I just haven't got around to it.
Or just say go out there and just say something. Actually, no, don't do this on Tinker Different because that community is too nice. Go out on 68K MLA.
I want to fix that Mac right there.
Just make like a very kind of authoritative statement about something and purposely know that it's wrong, and then just like like wait for just like the nuclear drop of people that just want to come and shit all over your thread.
I have made a conscious decision
they'll have good information, but it will just be presented in like the most like antagonistic way.
I have made a conscious decision to not have an account on 68K MLA. And in fact, if I ever need a file that's there and it's the only place I can find where the link is, I make Garth go there because he has an account. Like, Garth, go here and download that and send it to me.
Go do it.
Yeah.
Funny.
Go download it.
Will always sends me there. And I'm like, Will, I'm not going to that site. The site's stupid. And he's like, but that's where the file is. I'm like,
so
I don't care.
Is it my understanding that's where the Amiga people who also own Macintoshes hang out?
You know what? You're probably right.
Well, this is a 68K site, not a Mac site. So, yeah.
Because apparently the Amiga guys are atrocious for...
They're so mean. They're so mean.
Yeah.
They're mean.
Well, 68K MLA might have the file this week, but hopefully their database doesn't crash again.
Oh, my God. Yeah, I know.
Did it crash? I don't know.
They had a rollback like a month or two ago where they lost like several days of stuff. And this is after people have been paying them forever to have like real hosting and all that. Ugh, I don't know.
I had seen a thread. I don't know the person, but some retro site had a website, and apparently they upgraded it, and everybody was mad. They're like, "Oh, this sucks. Go back to the old site." And the thing is, they had made the old site like in the 90s, and it was all hand-coded HTML. And they're like, "We're not going back to that." Every time we had to change something, we had to change like 500
pages,
raw HTML files. This is all new and automated and, some kind of WordPress type, good thing.
Yeah.
And they're like, here's what you do. You tell us what's broken and we'll fix it on the new site. We're not ever going back to that old crap. And everybody's like, boo. Like they obviously don't understand how web serving works.
No. I find that's pretty common with a lot of communities. We used BB. We had a Volkswagen group here in town. We're still part of it. We used to have a forum that we used to run, and it was on a BBB board or whatever, the old PHP BBB.
Yeah.
And basically, nobody managed it. Nobody took care of it. So I shut it down. I was like, oh, guys, this is a security issue. It hasn't been updated in like 15 years.
Yeah.
I'm not updating it. I'm not maintaining it. It's a piece of shit. I'm shutting it down. And people got all like pissy. I was like, well, feel free to figure out how to make it work and go host it on your own server.
I have a website that's been running on autopilot since 2008, and there's even a forum there.
That's terrifying.
New logins are not allowed, but you can still, people that were there can still go there and post stuff and whatever. I haven't touched it in 10 years, and they're still battling. They're still in the RC channel associated with it. They're still doing all the stuff, and there's all these threads. Every once in a while, I just go look. I won't interact, and it's like, I wonder whatever happened to Adam.
Yeah. I ran a bot builders forum, Mystery Science Theater 3000, like the puppets from the show. I ran a bot building forum for like 10 years, like all by myself. It was just like I paid for the hosting, I paid for everything, and it was just like it was fun for a long time. And then like again, like BB, like they like BB code, whatever that stuff was. It was it was so outdated that it was like it was going to be like a huge deal to like migrate the database and everything. And I was like, hey, I said we only get like a couple posts a month, and I said, and it seems like largely Facebook has kind of supplanted a lot of the conversation here, and I understand that is not a long-term storage option. So I was like, you guys basically have 90 days. Any threads, any pictures, anything you want to archive, go ahead and archive it. And and I was like, or as another option, I'm perfectly willing to hand this off to somebody else. I'll keep paying for the domain name, but but you'll pay for hosting and you'll pay for like whatever the technical stuff to upgrade it and all that. You'll just handle all those things. And I couldn't get anybody interested in doing that. And so I was like, basically the last week that the site was up, it was botbuilders.info. The last week that the site was up was just sort of like everybody was like, wait a minute, like this is going down. Like I come here like all the time to like look, and I was like, just go to the thing, print it as a PDF, you'll have it forever. Right click, save the graphic, whatever you want to do. And then finally it shut down. And then it was like the next week somebody that was he was like, well, I really like the domain lapsed and everything. And he was like, I've really been thinking about it, that I really want to like take it over. And I was like, well, it's the site's gone because the hosting was wiped. And if you want the domain name, I'm sure you can talk to whoever the Chinese like domain squatter that want $30,000 for the domain name. I'm sure you can go work it out with them.
Yeah.
But it was like, and then he was like, hey, I built my own site. Check this out. And it was like all of my like graphics, like stuff that I had paid people to like make like headers and things like that. And I was like, take it all down. Take all that shit down. All that belongs to me. There was an opportunity where I would have given that away to people, but now it's just mine.
Yeah,
it's best.
So I was like, if you're gonna do this, brand it. I do it all. Make it your thing. Like, there's no reason to look backwards. Look forwards. And but they just ended up doing it on Facebook. They were like, oh, that was a lot of work. I was like, yeah, no shit.
But this is where like I've come to realize, like, from a historic, because part of me is always all thinking preservation. It's like these systems, these BBS boards and stuff, the people that are most of them are open source, or some of them are paid for. Like, there should be a way. They should be actively building an archiving functionality where you can just hit a button and it converts it into, I don't know, like HTML, or converts the whole site into a PDF, and it just, there you go. Here's a 20 gig PDF or whatever.
Absolutely.
Brian, when I was getting ready to like abandon my site, and I didn't know I was going to keep paying for the domain name at that point, or the hosting, I sent a request into archive.org to the Wayback Machine. And like you can send a request that says, please archive this in its totality. And they did. And so a lot of the graphics and junk are broken because a lot of people had referenced like third-party sites for a JPEG or something. That the version that's on my site, which is the original site, which is still on, is in worse condition than the archive.org version of it. That has all the stuff. Like, you can go say, like, what happened on this site in like 1996, and it's all still there. So that's a good way to archive stuff, is to have them do it. They pay for all the bandwidth, they pay for everything. Every once in a while I get a message from somebody that says like, hey, I was trying to find this old thread on the thing because I wanted this information, whatever, blah. And I'm like, go to the same URL, but put it into the Wayback Machine. And they're like, oh, it's all there. Like, yeah.
The only downside to that, I guess, is if it's a lockdown system, like our BBS or our bulletin board, you couldn't look at anything unless you were logged in. So
when I asked that request, though, I opened it temporarily so that everything, all the files, all the downloads, all the available stuff was public for about a week. Gotcha. I did that, and then I relocked it back down when they were done.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right, Ryan, happy birthday! I'm gonna finish.
Thank you.
I'm gonna finish your project.
We're gonna end this stream now. Okay. It's been 3 hours and 46 minutes. Yeah. So thanks for everybody for hanging out with me tonight. I appreciate it. It's nice to get some love from the community. It's a fantastic community. You guys are awesome. If you like what you saw and you want some more live stream, you haven't seen us before, we stream tomorrow night, or no, Friday night. Wait, yeah, it's tomorrow night. Yeah, because it is Thursday now. So right now it's Thursday where I am. So yes, Friday night we'll be streaming Old World Tech Fridays, where we discuss new, old, and everything in between when it comes to technology. And yeah, these fine people here also stream regularly. You can check out their channels. I don't know if anybody wants to throw their channel locations up there on the old screen, but you can. I'm not sure if you have. Yeah, ronscomputervids.com. Ron couldn't get the full video word when he got his domain. That was the only. It was by letter at the time because it was back in the 90s.
That's right.
You're paying by the letter, so it is what it is. Adam, you can find him usually hiding out in one of our streams. Justin is probably the one person here who streams the most out of all of us.
I think that's mostly because he's just on LASIX. It's just kind of it's coming right out.
Googly eyes.
But I think he always has some form of eBay regret. So if you like watching people buy stuff on eBay and then instantly regretting it, I highly recommend Justin. And Sloopy is usually hanging around to yell at Trina, who's not here this evening. But he also likes weird stuff like Ataris, and I thought Tandy, but apparently not. He just pretends to be a
One day Justin will figure out that untested means broken.
We kid, of course, Justin. We love you. But yeah, so thank you guys for joining us, and we'll see you all at some point. Have a good night.
Night. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.